on the Hawkeye Sports Network. From Learfield, Hawkeye Basketball is on the air. Hawkeye Basketball is brought to you by Alliant Energy. Visit AlliantEnergy.com to see how they're using their energy to power beyond. Hy-Vee. Score big savings and shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. West Bend, the Silver Lining. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit IALottery.com for details. And by U.S. Cellular. Take the phones down for 5 challenge. Visit UScellular.com/fines to learn more. This is the EMC Insurance pregame show. EMC Insurance. You've worked hard for it. Now count on EMC Insurance companies to protect it.
If you are a glutton for Hawkeye basketball, this is your day. You're going to be overserved, needless to say, with the best delicacy of the men and women's attack as they press on the final game of the regular season and, of course, into March Madness, which is already here where the Hawkeye women are concerned. More about that later, but Iowa men's basketball senior class is small in numbers, but, man, big on influence. Connor McCaffrey ranks first nationally in assists to turnovers at +4. Over 500 career assists, top 10 historically for the Hawkeyes. He's assisted, though, in so many ways beyond his passing in his 6 years in a Hawkeye uniform. Connor has been a part of 111 victories across his career in a Hawkeye uniform. Philip Rebraca has reached double figures in scoring, a team best 25 times, one of just 8 players in the country to average 14 points, 7.5 rebounds, and a block shot, plus shoot 58% from the field. Iowa fans are delighted. The Serbian GPS'd his way from Serbia to Iowa City through the University of North Dakota. It's the final appearance for both McCaffrey and Rebraca at Carver Hawkeye Arena. But the season is far from over. Today, Iowa plays for a double bye at the Big Ten tournament later this week in Chicago. A win over the Nebraska Cornhuskers this afternoon would deliver a 5th straight 20-win season and 9th overall for Coach Fran McCaffrey's program. Coach Fred Hoiberg's club has just completed a 5-2 February. And an upset win over the Hawkeyes would be quite a boost for Nebraska's immediate future. The Hawkeyes look to avenge a 66-50 loss to their neighbors to the west back on December 29th. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the EMC Insurance pregame coverage with former Hawkeye and NBA star Bobby Hansen. I'm Gary Dolphin. Happy you could join us for the climax of the regular season. Bobby, way back in November when we opened the year, we thought Iowa was upper division worthy again in the standings come March, despite losing Keegan Murray, Jordan Bohannon, and others. But to put themselves in position for the 2 seed and a double bye with a win today is truly a remarkable effort by the players and the coaches.
It really is, Gary, and hats off to the Hawkeyes and the coaching staff, Fran McCaffrey, and the coaches that have kept these kids focused one game at a time. Next game coming up, you pay attention to the scouting report. You've got a superstar in Chris Murray. You've got the role players, Tony Perkins, Aaron Eulis in the backcourt have really stepped up. And Fran has gone with an 8-person rotation, 8-man rotation in there. Connor McCaffrey, Philip Rebraca, invaluable players in that starting lineup. Patrick McCaffrey, has a good start to the year, took a break, has come back, and now he's working his way back into the lineup. So I like how the team is playing going into the postseason here. Big one here. You win, you get the number 2 seed. As you mentioned, Gary, remarkable.
After a wintry, icy stretch of shooting threes and losses at Northwestern and Wisconsin, 6 of 52 to be exact, the Hawks, Bobby, have burned the nets from distance in victories over Michigan State and Indiana, sinking 30 of 59 from beyond the arc. Now, Chris Murray and Peyton Sanford have been doing most of the damage from the perimeter, allowing Tony Perkins to drive the ball to the basket and add an element to his offensive consistency that we haven't seen.
Yeah, he, to me, Gary, is the key to how far you can go in the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament. Consistent play out of Tony, hitting the outside shot, tough bulldog defense on the man that he's defending, and then the drives to the basket. Smart drives, not just going crazy, driving into packs of players in there. You're going to see Nebraska's going to play a little bit of a pack line defense. They're not going to be like Indiana that overplays on the wings, that opened up those driving lanes for Tony Perkins. But smart player, really coming into his own here in his junior year, and bright future ahead for that young man. But the Hawks will go as far as Chris Murray and Tony Perkins will take you on the offensive end.
Nebraska is level 500 at 15-15, 8-11 in the Big Ten, and had a 4-game win streak halted by Michigan State Tuesday, 80-67 in Lincoln. And Bobby, this is not the same team Iowa lost to back in late December. They've lost 2 starters shortly thereafter, one during or before the Iowa game to injury, which shelved them for the rest of the year. They lost 8 of their next 11 after those injuries before this recent win streak, and playing with a lot of confidence. I was impressed watching their game with Michigan State the other night.
Fred's done a great job with this group of players, especially after losing Jawan Gary and another kid, a really good defender, Emmanuel Bandamel, both out for the season, but they're 10-point scores. In addition to that, Bandamel's a really good defender. Gave the Hawks some trouble there over in Lincoln back in early December there. And, they're missed, but they haven't missed a beat. They've got this young man from Japan, Keisei Tominaga, that you better guard him because he is the Japanese Steph Curry. He's left-handed. He's a little guy. He will light you up from deep if you give him any space at all. So really got to attach yourself to Keisei. Don't let him get going early. Sam Griesel is another kid that we like. He's a transfer. He came in here. He's a ball handler. He can shoot it. He can drive to the basket. He'll post you up, Gary. He'll back you down. He's got that backup game in there. And then the player that we all like, Derek Walker Jr., he's 26 years old. This is his 7th year in college, so you got to watch him early. Phillip has got to be careful not to get fouls early against Derek Gary Walker.
The Big Ten's highest scoring offense, Iowa looks to roll into the United Center Friday with plenty of momentum if it can knock off the Huskers. The Hawkeyes lead the all-time series 24 wins to 14 and are really an impressive 19-2 in games played against Nebraska here in Iowa City. The home team has won 11 of the last 12 meetings. March Madness has arrived, and we're just getting started. EMC Insurance, a proud supporter of Hawkeye basketball, reminds you you've worked hard to build your business. Now count on EMC Insurance companies to protect it. Find your agent at emcins.com. U.S. Cellular is on a mission to find us again by putting down our phones in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Find out more at uscellular.com/find us. Up next, it's our regular trip down memory lane with the Hawkeye Historical Winning Moment, presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
You don't have to go to the game to get a game program. You can download it now by visiting the game day page on HawkeyeSports.com. That's right, the game program is now digital and it's free. So check it out. Get the roster, the stats, and fascinating stories about today's matchup. Just go to HawkeyeSports.com and click on Game Day.
Hi, Gary Dolphin here. My Game Day apparel features the premium Authentic brand label. Authentic brand products are preferred by national corporate brands and should be your gear of choice too. Insist on the Authentic brand label from your supplier for your next merch project. Or visit authentic-brand.com and find an authorized distributor near you.
Honey, great news. I'm a VIP.
That's sweet. Don't forget the trash.
In life, not everyone recognizes you as the VIP you are, but the Iowa Lottery does.
We got a medium chai latte for VIP. VIP.
Join our VIP club by signing up at ialottery.com/VIP for exclusive Play It Again promotions, surprise contests, and even free plays. See how it works at ialottery.com/VIP because everyone is a very important player.
Woohoo!
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Having an emergency fund can help you cover an unexpected expense, like cleaning up and rebuilding after a bad storm. At DePaco Credit Union, we've got the right tools and resources to get you on your feet. We want our members to feel the comfort that a life emergency won't become a financial emergency. DePaco cares about your financial well-being. And when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you. Be well. Learn more at depaco.com/be well. Federally insured by NCUA.
You're not selling a product, you're selling a promise. When we're subject to horrible winters, hailstorms, windstorms, you learn quick that you really are selling a promise, not just collecting a premium.
An independent insurance agent on doing the right thing.
West Bend's the one company that I would feel confident calling the president of the company. I know he'd pick up the phone and we'd have a conversation.
West Bend, the worst brings out our best. Visit thesilverlining.com to find out more.
How do you use your energy? Cheering on your team under the lights? Making a special meal for the MVPs in your life? At Alliant Energy, we know it's about more than just energy. It's about what that energy powers us all to do together. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Hawkeyes in Nebraska headed for a 1 o'clock tip-off here on Mediacom Court in Iowa City as the regular season draws to a close. Welcome back to our EMC Insurance pregame show. Let's give you our Hawkeye historical winning moment. Actually, we have several today, presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Roughly 10 years ago, March of 2013, Aaron White led a balanced effort with 19 points, and the Hawkeyes beat Nebraska 74-60 in their regular season finale, finishing at 500 in the Big Ten for the first time in 6 years. That kind of turned the tide for Fran McCaffrey and his program. Freshman Adam Woodbury had 12 points for the Hawks. That was the entry, the walk-in of that wonderful recruiting class, spearheaded by Adam Woodbury, Mike Gasell, and others. Iowa broke the game open with the Huskers on a 20-2 run midway through the second half, and then opened conference tournament play against the Northwestern Wildcats. Devin Marble scored his 1,000th point in this game, joining Father Roy as the only father-son duo in Big Ten history to do so. And the Hawkeyes beat Nebraska 10 years ago, 74-60. Nebraska has not swept a season series from Iowa since the end of the 2012 campaign. So that was an important date for the Hawkeyes, as is today. Senior Day is always emotional, always heartwarming, and we got two soldiers, two troopers today playing their last in front of the home folk. Connor McCaffrey, 728 career points. He's almost got that many assists, 514. He's seventh all-time in distributing the basketball, a career 36% shooter, and he's having a knockout year shooting the ball from three this season. But Connor McCaffrey, he's the glue guy. He's the guy, the floor general that keeps everybody in the right posture. 6 years he's been here doing it for Dad, and these are memories, he said, that will last a lifetime.
Just being able to come to Carver and see your dad for an extra 6 years now that it's been, a lot of people, they leave for college and they see, family holidays, whatever, they maybe move back for a year or two after college. It obviously varies, and there's different cases, but I've had, extra 6 years now with my dad every single day pretty much throughout the year. It's a good thing that we get along, because it could have gotten interesting if we didn't, but we do. So I've really enjoyed the time. I feel like we're as close as ever. We pretty much know what the other's thinking most of the time now. There's never really a scenario in which we're not on the same page. And I think that it's something that I'll always be able to cherish.
And Connor's important to today's activity. Nebraska likes to get you hurried up and turn the ball over. They forced 14 Michigan State turnovers the other night. As for Philip Rebraca, the 6'9", 230-pound forward, where would the Hawkeyes be without Rebraca? Of course, over 1,700 career points when you add in his 3 years at the University of North Dakota. He's a career 64% shooter. But beyond the numbers, he said it didn't take him long to figure out Iowa was the right move when he made his decision.
It's definitely going to be emotional. I don't know. I feel like it's tough to describe. I feel like I've called this place home for 2 years. I've been through a lot here. Found out a lot about myself last year. It tested me at times. I worried if I made the right decision, but I stuck through it. I feel like I I have no regrets. I made the right choice to come here, and I'm really happy that I did.
Boy, are we glad that you did too, Philip Rebracha. Enjoy the day. Well, a little bit north of us here, the top seed, or the number 2 seed, Hawkeye women meet Ohio State for the Big Ten tournament title later today. You can hear that game at 4 o'clock after the conclusion of the Iowa-Nebraska men's game, which comes up at 1 p.m. Yesterday, in a wildly entertaining game, the Hawks led most of the way, holding off 3-seed Maryland 89-84 in the semifinal round. Caitlin Clark led Iowa scorers with 22 points, 9 assists. But how impressive is this? All 5 starters were in double figures. How about marksman Gabby Marshall with 7 threes? McKenna Warnock drilled 21 points. She and Marshall had 21 each. 15 for Monica Sonano. Kate Martin added 10 points and 9 rebounds. Warnock, cool and collected, posted 8 rebounds to go with her 21 markers and was a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 4 of those with the game on the line in the final 22 seconds.
I think it comes with age. You get composure, which definitely helps. I think, especially knowing that, I don't need to take this crazy shot here. I can pass it off to someone else. It definitely just comes with maturity. I know that I didn't have it my freshman year as much as I have it now, and it's just something that you learn, especially as a leader and stuff. So, honestly, I think it's more my mental game that's evolved a lot. And just being able to do whatever I need to do for the team that day and being satisfied with it is just something that I've learned to love, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. So.
You'll be calling her Dr. Warnock in a few years as she heads to the Iowa Dental School. How about Gabby Marshall? She is 24 of 41 from 3 in the last few games. The Buckeyes, meanwhile, roared back from a 24-point first-half deficit to beat top seed Indiana 79-75. What a game that should be for the Big Ten tournament women's title. That's our Hawkeye historical winning moment, courtesy of Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants, and much more, just minutes south of Iowa City. We've got a peek at the U.S. Bank scoreboard up next. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Criminal charge or complicated family law situation? Carr Law Firm has the trial experts you need. As experienced trial attorneys, we understand how much is on the line. Go to carlawiowa.com for a free consultation. That's Carr with 2 R's, lawiowa.com.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. Thank you for your service to our country. We're a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season. Please join us in thanking all who have served our country. Their dedication allows us to enjoy the freedom and liberty we have today. At American Equity, our mission is to deliver financial dignity to our customers when they retire. To learn more about our company, please visit our website at american-equity.com.
This is Gary Dolphin. Lennox has been building furnaces and air conditioners here in Iowa since 1895. And Lennox dealers have been selling and installing these high-efficiency Lennox products for just as long. When you call 72 Degrees Comfort Company in Ankeny and the Des Moines metro area, you know you're calling one of the best names in the indoor comfort business. Dave Lennox knows that when you turn to 72 Degrees, your home will be exceptionally comfortable. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and 72 Degrees. Lennox, 72 Degrees, and the Hawkeyes. That's a winning combination.
Coco Creative Agency has launched the Inclusive Cultural Marketing Program, an initiative uplifting minority-owned business across Iowa. Businesses like Hip Hope, who are hosting the Many Shades of Color Young Women's Conference on March 4th. For more information about this event, be sure to Google Many Shades of Color Conference. Let's prioritize impact over transaction and uplift minority-owned businesses across all Iowa communities.
Don't sit on your lazy assets. Lap up more money with the Lazy Asset Program from Community Choice. Open an Ultra Money Market account and earn up to 2.32% APY, or take advantage of special CD rates up to 3.39% APY. Watch your money take a victory lap. Enroll in the Lazy Asset Program today, only from Community Choice. Go to unbankwithus.com to get started. These could reduce earnings. 90% yield subject to change. After October 11, 2023. Federally insured by NCUA.
The Hawkeyes know a successful season demands a powerhouse team with a can-do attitude. So does Case IH. We're committed to developing the most powerful, productive, and reliable equipment. From tillage, planting, and harvesting to hay and forage, Case IH equipment makes every shot count and wins. Check out a leading lineup by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
What's better than bread? More bread. Put more bread in your wallet when you move your car loan to Community Choice and make no car payments for 3 months. Just 60 seconds to get started. Go to unbankourbread.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Welcome back to our Hawkeye pregame coverage courtesy of EMC Insurance. And today's game sponsor, Coco Creative Agency. It's a full-service marketing and production company with roots at the University of Iowa. They're proud to have been elevating Iowa businesses for over a decade in the areas of video production, website development, social media marketing, and live streaming. See their work at CocoCreates.com. That's C-O-C-O-A Creates.com. Thank you, Coco Creative Agency, for supporting Hawkeye Athletics. Now, I can bear witness to what a class act this company is, because I knew Terrence Thames when he was a nobody.
That's right.
Born in Chicago, grew up in Iowa City. He's the owner and CEO of Coco Creative. Good to see him, my man.
Hey, so good to see you, Dolph.
You bet. You were just as I like to call him, I was one once, a grunt behind the camera, working in Hawk Vision video, right?
That's exactly right. Worked for Hawk Vision under Mike Moriarty, who recently retired. Right out of high school, filmed a bunch of stuff with women's basketball and all the sports coaches shows, and now I'm here.
Well, I hope we've helped you along the way, buddy. But,
yes, yeah.
Tell me about Coco Creative Agency and the roots you started in here in Iowa. I think you're in Des Moines, right?
Yep. Based in Des Moines, but my video production and creative experience really started in high school, and then it grew here at University of Iowa. I've had stints at Drake University, Iowa State as well. At Drake, I was the director of creative services in athletics. I owe a lot of that over to the University of Iowa athletics and my experience here. After that, I went on to start my business, and it grew, and it's still growing right now.
It's a great time to be a business owner, despite we hear that bad word, inflation. And, but small businesses, startups around the state and around the country are booming, and hopefully will continue coming out of COVID.
Absolutely.
Now, inclusive cultural marketing campaigns. You have them spread out all across Iowa and the Midwest. You have one currently running in Carver Hawkeye Arena.
We do. I approached Learfield and said, hey, we need to do more to lower the barrier of entry for small businesses and also for minority-owned businesses as well. So what I pitched was, if I can get a bunch of minority-owned businesses who would love to be a part of some advertising, would you work with me in helping facilitating that? They did that, and we've had about 50 businesses marketing Carver Hawkeye this year with exposure to over 250,000 people. Wow. Just in Carver Hawkeye Arena alone as well. So that's been really good, and I think important to drive the economy for minority businesses and small businesses.
That's the way it should be. So the response has been great.
It has been great, and many of those business owners will be here today in attendance. Terrific. But I think it's really leading with impact over transactions, what I like to call it.
Now, if you're thinking about a startup, particularly minorities, Coco Marketing Makeover is the way to start. Right. Give us your website, your social media. Where can we find you, Terrence?
Yeah, so you can find us at CocoCreates.com, but also on social media, you can find us at Create Coco on Instagram and Facebook as well. So right now, we're going to be starting a campaign to really help 100 businesses to build websites and a web presence for under $1,000, right? And we don't do a lot of that, but we want to help them get a landing page, help them get a starter kit for social media, and help them grow their businesses, any kind of businesses. If it's a small business or a corporation looking to do a campaign, right? That's what we're pushing right now, just to help and elevate. And
You're growing up, young man.
Thank you, sir.
A prosperous businessman. That is our buddy Terrence Thames. Just go to CocoCreates.com. He'll take it from there. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, I appreciate you, Don.
Thanks for being today's sponsor, man.
Thank you so much. No problem.
All right, Terrence. Terrence Thames, he is the CEO and creator of CocoCreates.com. Couple quick score updates. Number 21 Maryland leads at Penn State 50-40. It's a full day of Big Ten basketball. 50-40. The Terps on top of the Nittany Lions halfway through the second period. Also underway, Illinois at Purdue. The Boilermakers have a 30-23 lead on the Illini with just under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Number 1 Houston has a 6-point lead at Memphis early on in the second half. Later on today, it's Michigan at Indiana, Northwestern at Rutgers, and tonight Wisconsin at Minnesota. Hawkeye baseball leads at Pepperdine in a Southwest tournament, 3-1. That's in the bottom of the fifth. I said Southwest. I'll get my direction straight. The South Alabama Invitational. Yesterday, the Hawks defeated South Alabama, the host, 6-2 and won 20-8 on Friday. Heller's boys are alive and well, thank you, and going for a 3-game sweep against 3 different opponents, leading Pepperdine 3-1 in the bottom of the fifth down in South Alabama. Of course, the Hawkeye women play later today against Ohio State for the Big Ten women's title. That's our U.S. Bank scoreboard update. Member FDIC, U.S. Bank, been taking care of businesses all across Iowa and the country since 1863. All right, Nebraska coach Fred Hoiberg is on deck courtesy of Grizzly Coolers. Iowa and the Huskers a little bit later on. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
The Hawkeyes know a successful season demands a powerhouse team with a can-do attitude. So does Case IH. We're committed to developing the most powerful, productive, and reliable equipment. From tillage, planting, and harvesting to hay and forage, Case IH equipment makes every shot count and wins. Check out a leading lineup by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Draft Day Sports Lounge is the ultimate place to watch the game, have some fun, and show off your golfing skills with Top Golf Swing Suite. Top Golf Swing Suite in Draft Day delivers a one-of-a-kind simulation that's fun for golfers and non-golfers alike. Pair that with Draft Day's live sports viewing, local craft beers, and delicious menu, and you have a winning pair. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge and Top Golf Swing Suite, just minutes south of Iowa City.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you...
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
Oh, you know that old injury of yours? The one in your knee or maybe back? Instead of going to the doctor and then doing physical therapy, why not start with therapy first? Athletico Physical Therapy is changing the whole healing process around. Their physical therapists will find the source of your pain and help fix it. Start with them and start living pain-free. Just like that.
It all starts with Athletico Physical Therapy. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com. No prescription needed. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Get in the game with Extreme Internet. Experience speeds up to an incredible 1 gig. Supercharge every room with whole home Wi-Fi 360 Pro and turn your home into the most connected pad on the block. You don't have time to play around with slow, unreliable internet. Get the speed, unbeatable reliability, and game-winning performance you deserve with Extreme, powered by Mediacom. Call 8444-FASTER for details. Download speeds may vary. Monthly data usage allowance applies.
How do you use your energy? Cheering on your team under the lights? Making a special meal for the MVPs in your life? At Alliant Energy, we know it's about more than just energy. It's about what that energy powers us all to do together. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Join Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen for Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffrey each week at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Coralville. Hawk Talk is 90 minutes of discussion about Iowa basketball. Check out HawkeyeSports.com for more information.
Iowa basketball seeks a third consecutive victory this afternoon here at Carver Hawkeye Arena, and with it, a 20-win season that would give the Hawks 12 victories on the Big Ten conference slate and a double bye into this coming week's Big Ten tournament in Chicago. More on that later. Right now, we're going to hear from Nebraska head coach
Fred Hoiberg. He's sponsored by Grizzly Coolers. Shop now for Iowa Hawkeye Grizzly Coolers and drinkware at local retailers and online at grizzlycoolers.com. Grizzly Coolers, bear tough for hunting, fishing, and camping, and built to last for a lifetime of tailgating. 50-year-old Nebraska coach Fred Hoiberg is wrapping up his 4th season in Lincoln. Despite losing 2 quality starters for most of the year with injuries, they being Jawan Gary and Emmanuel Bandamel, who had 14 and 10 points respectively against the Hawkeyes in Nebraska's 66-50 victory back on December 29th. Hoiberg has kept his defense playing at a high level, allowing 69 points a game, guarding the shot to 42%, and 33% from 3, despite having a very different look.
And it's, different because of the fact we got guys that were not in the rotation at that time of the last game in December that are in the rotation now. A lot of younger players with Jamarcus Lawrence, who, was kind of in and out of the lineup early in the season. Denham Dawson, was kind of out of the rotation. My son Sam, was kind of the guy that if he did get in, it was in garbage time. So, the thing about our group now with Casey getting a lot more minutes because of those injuries as well, is it's a different look, with their guys. But the one thing that hasn't changed is they're still going out and competing every time they step on the floor. And that's what's been fun about this team. They've been a really good group to coach. They come to practice every day. There's no agendas with this group, and it's really been a fun season for us. It's crazy. That game seems like it was 2 years ago when we played Iowa, and they're different now as well. And they've got it going. That game against Indiana was one of the more impressive games that I've seen in conference play.
What is it about the Hawks the second time around, Coach, with Fran's team, and what's key today for the Huskers?
Yeah, I mean, they're shooting the ball so well, and at home, they really try to get the ball up the floor in transition, and that's got to be number one priority, is trying to get back and get our defense set. I thought we did a nice job the first time around when we played, but, again, they've got guys that are really shooting the ball very well right now. It's a physical team. We have to do a good job handling the pressure with the different presses, and then, we have to finish off possessions with the rebound. They do a really good job on the glass, and you just look at their numbers, third in the nation in offensive efficiency, leading the conference again in scoring, and Fran has done a terrific job with this group. So, for us, we're going to have to play a complete 40-minute game to have a chance.
You mentioned Keisei Tamanaga. He's been a revelation since joining the starting lineup in mid-January, averaging 22 points the last month. We all know he can score, but what other ways has he provided more than a spark for you?
Well, I think the biggest thing, Dolph, just the passion that Keisei plays with. He's such an easy kid to cheer for, just the way he approaches it every day. Our fan base has absolutely fallen in love with him. It was pretty cool. His parents actually came over from Japan to watch our last couple games, and it's their first time in the States. So to be able to witness just the impact that he has on our program and our fans was pretty cool to see, and I'm glad his parents got to be part of that.
And obviously you knew what you were getting when you were recruiting Derek Walker and Sam Griesel, the 2 transfers. They've really been the upper class leaders you thought they could be, haven't they?
That's been the one thing that I've really been impressed with through all the adversity that our team has faced. Those 2 guys, the leadership that they provided has been a key to our guys continuing to go out there and believe. And, we lost another great leader in Bandamel, who was one of the best culture guys that I've ever had the opportunity to coach. But those 2 guys you mentioned with Griesel and Walker, this is Derek's 4th year at Nebraska. He had to sit. This is back in the old days, Dolph, when he actually had to sit out as a transfer. So he had that first year where he sat. And then the second year, he had a suspension from Tennessee that he had to serve 15 games. And then he played 1 game, had a great game against Indiana, and then came down with COVID the next morning. So he missed quite a bit of that year as well. So really, the progression of his game, doing so many things on the floor, his versatility has been awesome. And then Griesel coming home, we're very fortunate that he grew up about 2 miles from campus. And, his big thing to come back to Nebraska was to try to flip the script on the narrative about Nebraska basketball. And he's done that. So I'm happy for Sam being able to come home using his 5th year. And I think it's benefited him as well. I think his future is very bright because of the year that he's having.
Coach, son Sam is logging 12 minutes a game. He's contributing to the stat sheet in big moments. Looks to me like he's got Dad's drive. How satisfying, how fun has it been to coach him?
I think Mom might argue with you on that one, Dolph. He got, when you look at his speed, Carol was a track runner, so he got the speed, and he got her height as well. So, he's a kid that just goes out and competes and plays hard. Since we've had the injuries, he's played a lot. He's played a lot in crunch time, and he played 38 minutes against Maryland and did a great job. Guarding Young, who I think is one of the more difficult covers in our league from Maryland, and made a big steal late in overtime to help us get that win.
Fred Hoiberg adds that son Sam plays with no fear. He's a great competitor, and it helps a lot that the redshirt freshman has two brothers to confide in. Older brother Jack walked on at Michigan State before earning a scholarship from Tom Izzo his senior year. He now works for the San Antonio Spurs, and twin brother Charlie is at TCU. Well, thanks to Dad for his visit on the pregame show courtesy of Grizzly Coolers. Hawkeye basketball is sponsored by State Farm. With surprisingly great rates, State Farm is the real deal. You can get personalized service from your local agent or use the State Farm mobile app when you're on the go. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Up next on Senior Day, we'll visit with Hawkeye head coach Fran McCaffrey. He's presented by John Deere. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
If you thought starting a business took courage, imagine starting over after a fire, damaging storms, or a cyber attack. When disaster strikes, business owners count on EMC for fast, experienced claim service. Our countrywide network of local offices ensures we're always ready to answer the call, investigate every claim, explain what's covered, and process payments as quickly as possible. Count on getting back to business when you count on EMC.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. It's within walking distance to Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as some great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of the Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffrey radio show. Come find your place at Hyatt Regency, where we care for people so they can be their best.
At U.S. Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join U.S. Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
Having an emergency fund can help you cover an unexpected expense, like cleaning up and rebuilding after a bad storm. At DePaco Credit Union, we've got the right tools and resources to get you on your feet. We want our members to feel the comfort that a life emergency won't become a financial emergency. DePaco cares about your financial well-being. When our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you. Be well. Learn more at depaco.com/be well. Federally insured by NCUA.
MedFarm has a new name. It's Bud and Mary's, a tribute to the founders of their third-generation family business, Bud and Mary. Family-owned, family-operated right here in Iowa. Bud and Mary's was founded through plant science and medical cannabis research that delivers high-quality products that are approved by the Iowa Department of Public Health and tested at the University of Iowa. Explore brands including Batch, Aliviar, and Become. Visit budmary.com.
Mullet's, home of the best breakfast in Des Moines, is a proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Locally owned, Mullet's Fun Riverside Bar and Grill is famous for their own special Bloody Mary mix and serving up a delicious full menu for breakfast and lunch. And this local treasure is expanding with franchise opportunities available. From dine-in to private parties to catering, you too can enjoy Mullet's, celebrating all things about the hairstyle that's business in the front and party in the back.
The Hawkeyes have 13 combined Quad 1 and Quad 2 wins on their resume, second most of the Big Ten behind Purdue. They go for number 14 today, which certainly would improve seeding for next week and beyond in the NCAA tournament. But work to be done here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Welcome back to the EMC Insurance pregame show. It's the Hawks in Nebraska in the final regular season date on the calendar, and it's Senior Day. Connor McCaffrey and Philip Rabracha playing their final game in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Coach McCaffrey is sponsored by your Iowa John Deere dealers. Great John Deere dealers all across the state, like Van Wald Equipment in Nevada. Well, Fran, big picture, if you're a Hawkeye basketball fan, you can be a glutton this day. Let's give a shout out to Lisa and that phenomenal performance the first 2 days they put together up in Minneapolis, and going for back-to-back Big Ten titles up in the Target Center.
I really like their chances too, Dolph. I mean, the way they're playing, everybody thinks, and as great as she is, and she's a generational player, it's all Caitlin. And of course, she dominates the game. She has the ball. But it's the other players that complement her so well, whether it be Monica or McKenna or Kate. Gabby yesterday was on fire. Everybody contributes exactly like they're supposed to, and they move and share the ball. They were doubling Caitlin yesterday, which is what they did when they played them down there a couple weeks ago. So doubling her on ball screens, running at her on the perimeter. She just loads everybody up. Now, it's one thing to load them up, but they've got to make the shots, and that's exactly what they did.
Fantastic effort yesterday, and hopefully today, too, against Ohio State. And shout out to Spencer Lee and Real Woods and Coach Brands and the Hawkeyes up in Ann Arbor at the Big Ten Wrestling Championships. It's senior day, and it's going to be emotional enough with father-son out there. But talk about Connor and about Philip. Connor deciding to come back for his 6th year. Philip, when you were looking for a big guy and you needed a big guy, and he steps in, and man, has he delivered.
Well, when you lose one of the greatest to ever do it here, Luka Garza, we need a big in a really unique way because of how we play. And that person had to fit our culture. And it's not often easy to identify somebody in the portal that's the perfect fit. And we felt like as we got to know Philip and we watched him on film, we watched his game, we got to know him as a person. There just was nobody better for us in that class. Started every game from the minute he got here. Just an absolute competitor and gamer. Really understands the game and how everything fits. It just, when you look at him and say, well, he's a big, tough guy who's got skill and he can really help you. No, he thinks and understands the game at a whole nother level. And that equates to winning. And that's why that kid is a winner in everything that he does. With Connor, I really wasn't sure if he was going to come back. We did senior day last year. He'd been here 5 years, only played 4, graduated with 2 degrees, and was really ready to move on and figure out, okay, do I want to coach or do I want to go in the business world? I had a great run. I've had some great teammates. We've had a championship run last year. And I just think he felt like, you know what, I can help this team. And we've got some young guys. He and Philip in particular can lead, along with Chris and Patrick. They're our veteran guys. Tony Perkins, Aaron Eula. So I felt like with that group, and Connor's versatility was going to be really critical. And boy, has he ever been special this year. I mean, he's played at a very high level. Not only in terms of his three-point shooting, his ball handling, his versatility, playing multiple positions, guarding multiple positions, assist-turnover ratio, just the ultimate leader and the ultimate winner. And those two guys obviously are very close to me, and they'll be really, really hard to replace.
And number one in assist-to-turnover ratio across the country is Connor McCaffrey. And that's important today, Fran, as we've reached the end of the regular season, or will have, following the Nebraska game. Fred, it's a different-looking team than what you saw in December. He's missing 2 terrific starters due to injury. But they have gotten better defensively, it seems.
Yeah, you look at that team that he had early in the season, and you thought, boy, losing those 2 guys is really going to make an impact because they're real athletic guys, versatile guys, Vandemel and Gary. I mean, they could both score, they could both handle the ball, and they both were fierce competitors. So they go to the side, you think, okay, it's going to be an adjustment, and it was early on. There's no way around it, but Tominaga now has more opportunity. He's established himself as an elite player in this league. Griesel really stepped up, and Walker's one of the best players in our league. But it's the other guys. I mean, Sam Hoiberg has really come on. I mean, he went from being a guy that was maybe 11th, and now he's 8th or 7th. He's on the floor at the end of the game making big plays. But also Lawrence, the freshman point guard, who played well earlier in the season, but now he's playing a lot more. Very aggressive offensively. Great fit. Those two guys are a great fit. And Breidenbach, too, the big kid who played well against us and has now gotten more of an opportunity. So, along with C.J. Wilcher, who's a veteran guy. So they've got a really, really good team. They've won, I think, 4 in a row until they just lost the other night to Michigan State in a really hard-fought game. So, tough test for us today.
Good way to close. Thank you, fans. 6th man, 6th woman again today. Carver is going to be sold out on a Sunday afternoon, Fran. We can't thank him enough.
The crowds this year have been incredible, especially on the weekends, which is when our fans really show up. It's a lot harder during the week, but even then, they've been awesome. For our team, for the women's team, all year long, we can't thank them enough, like you said, Dolph.
Coach, good luck. Thanks.
Appreciate it, Dolph.
Thank you, Hawkeye fans who are on your way here, already here, and who will flock to Chicago next week to see the Hawks at the United Center. Our pregame visits with Iowa coach Fran McCaffrey all season long have been brought to you by your Iowa John Deere dealers, including Van Wall equipment. Nothing runs like a deer, especially when you have a team of supported Van Wall equipment. Stop by one of their locations, learn how to farm better, work smarter, and play harder when you run with Van Wall and John Deere. Up next, Bobby Hansen has his Club Car Wash keys to the game. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
What they want is the silver lining, and they want a promise kept. When something really bad happens, that's when, you absolutely present a West Bend versus maybe another carrier.
An independent insurance agent describes the silver lining.
What I'd want you to know about West Bend is that you have a partner, and you have a partner that cares, that's built on strong values, and in the event that something does happen, you have a promise that will be kept.
West Bend, the worst brings out our best. Visit thesilverlining.com to find out more.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Iowa Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
The Hawkeyes know a successful season demands a powerhouse team with a can-do attitude. So does Case IH. We're committed to developing the most powerful, productive, and reliable equipment. From tillage, planting, and harvesting to hay and forage, Case IH equipment makes every shot count and wins. Check out a leading lineup by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Iowa, Nebraska coming up shortly. Welcome back to our EMC Insurance pregame show. Let's get Bobby Hansen on board. He's sponsored by our friends at Club Car Wash. Bobby's keys to the game. Keys to a Hawkeye victory over Nebraska, courtesy of the official car wash of the Hawks, Club Car Wash, with unlimited memberships And starting at just $20 a month, there's no better time to join the club. Visit clubcarwash.com. Find a location nearest you. What do you got, brother?
Yeah, the most important key here is to win this basketball game at all costs. Do whatever it takes to win. But the number one key for me as we move towards victory is play with emotion and energy. The energy that you have here on Senior Day. Great opportunity. Grab that double bye. Grab the number 2 seed. The fans here, there's a certain buzz right now in Carver Hawkeye Arena. They've come here to say goodbye to Philip and Connor and appreciate everything that they have given us. So let's honor these seniors by playing the way they do. Hard, play tough, and go out there and play together, number one. So emotion and energy, play off the Senior Day. The second key is going to be to get Chris Murray involved early. Fred often tries to take the other team's best player out, Gary, and force the other guys to beat you and make shots. So love the way Chris imposed his will in the Indiana game early. Couple aggressive three-point shots, and Hawks' confidence soared from there. So get Murray the basketball, get him going early. And the third key is going to be to run. Run. No way Nebraska can keep up with the Hawkeye running game. Rebound and go. Low turnovers, attack. Tony Perkins is a key moving forward for me. You get consistent play from TP, you can go a long way in the tournament.
Thanks to Bobby and Club Car Wash, bringing you our Hawkeye keys to a victory each and every season for just $20 a month. There's no better time to join the club. Visit clubcarwash.com. Hawk fans, let me tell you, you can experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. The Hawkeye Radio Network crew can attest to that. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you next visit Hawkeye Country. And thanks to the University of Iowa Healthcare, they have the game plan right for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or a minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help get you back in the game. UI Healthcare is proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes. The Mid-American Energy starting lineups and the Shields colors of the game are next. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Of Iowa, designed by golf legend Arnold Palmer. TCI is his only signature course in the state. TCI is a public course that offers a challenging yet enticing experience for golfers of all levels and is now managed by Kaler Golf. Cap off your round with breathtaking views and a delicious meal at the Copper Oak Restaurant. Looking for a unique setting for your wedding, party, or outing? Look no further than TCI. Visit tcofiowa.com to book your tee time today.
Are you trying to make your bread go further? We have the recipe. Move your car loan to Community Choice and make no payments for up to 3 months. That's right, up to 3 months of no car payments. Go to unbankyourbread.com today and get started in just 60 seconds. Did we mention there's no cost to move your loan? Up to 3 months of no car payments and no cost to move. That's making your bread go further. Community Choice. Unusual? No, it's unbanking. Visit unbankyourbread.com. Loan subject to credit approval and analysis. See credit union for details.
This is Gary Dolphin. Lennox has been building furnaces and air conditioners here in Iowa since 1895. And Lennox dealers have been selling and installing these high-efficiency Lennox products for just as long. When you call 72 Degrees Comfort Company in Ankeny and the Des Moines metro area, you know you're calling one of the best names in the indoor comfort business. Dave Lennox knows that when you turn to 72 Degrees, your home will be exceptionally comfortable. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and 72 Degrees. Lennox, 72 Degrees, and the Hawkeyes. That's a winning combination.
Put your personal touch on your next new construction or renovation project with Windsor Windows and Doors. With made in the USA quality, Windsor Windows and Doors are built to last. To learn more about what we have to offer, stop into Gilchrist Jewett at one of our 6 locations in Iowa.
How do you use your energy? Cheering on your team under the lights? Making a special meal for the MVPs in your life? At Alliant Energy, we know it's about more than just energy. It's about what that energy powers us all to do together. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
We're wrapping up our EMC Insurance pregame show. Coach McCaffrey now out on the floor, ready to greet the Hawkeye senior managers, Sam Close and Ben Sheridan, 2 rocks of that department for the last few years. And, of course, Philip Rabracha and son Connor McCaffrey. Let's give you the Mid-American Energy starting lineups, courtesy of Mid-American Energy. No matter what type or size business you own, Mid-American Energy can help you save energy and add to the bottom line. Mid-American, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. For the Cornhuskers, they'll start at a guard, C.J. Wilcher, 6'5" sophomore from Plainfield, New Jersey. Also at a guard, the transfer from North Dakota State, Sam Griesel. Yeah, they play good basketball at North Dakota State, too. Sam, a hometown boy out of Lincoln, 6'7", 215 pounds, grad transfer. At a guard, Jamarcus Lawrence, 6'3", freshman from Plainfield, New Jersey. Out of Roselle Catholic, he's averaging 4 points, a couple rebounds. Griesel is 12 points, 6 boards, and 4 assists. He's having a great year since pressed into the starting lineup. Wilcher's at 8 points and a couple rebounds. Derek Walker, the mainstay, transfer from Tennessee, senior from Kansas City, is 6'9", 245 pounds, averaging 14.7 rebounds. Bobby Hansen says he loves to hang out in the lane, so the Hawks need to play control basketball and not foul him, at least not get in foul trouble. And at a guard, Keisei Tamanaga. What a year he's having. 13 points, couple rebounds. He is their three-point shooter. 7 of 10 from 3 against Michigan State the other night. 6'2", 175-pound junior from Ranger Community College and made his way to Nebraska last season. Sam Hoiberg, Fred's son, will come off the bench, as will Denham Dawson and Blaze Cada. For the Hawkeyes, they're introducing Connor McCaffrey right now, and Philip Rebracha before him. Connor, the 6'6" grad student from Iowa City West, averaged 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists on the year. What a career he has had at the University of Iowa. He's accompanied by mom Margaret, brothers Patrick and Jack, and of course sister Marit. He'll be joined in the guard court by Tony Perkins and Aaron Eulis. Tony, a 6'4" junior from Indy. What an end of the year he's having. Aaron Eulis, a 6'3" junior from Chicago Heights. Rebracha, the 6'9", fifth-year senior from Sombor, Serbia, is averaging 14 points and 8 rebounds. And Chris Murray, the 6'8" junior from Cedar Rapids Prairie, a big night the other night at Indiana. He's back over 21 points a game and 8 boards. Those are today's starting lineups, courtesy of Mid-American Energy. Opening tip, Iowa, Nebraska, coming up on Senior Day next. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Businesses like yours count on EMC insurance companies for protection with the standard coverage they need. But EMC agents go further, tailoring coverages with the specialized products and services every unique company requires, including yours. EMC has insurance solutions for nearly 500 types of businesses. So whatever your specialty is, count on EMC to protect it. Visit emcins.com to find your local agent.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oaknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Draft Day Sports Lounge is the ultimate place to watch the game, have some fun, and show off your golfing skills with Top Golf Swing Suite. Top Golf Swing Suite in Draft Day delivers a one-of-a-kind simulation that's fun for golfers and non-golfers alike. Pair that with Draft Day's live sports viewing, local craft beers, and delicious menu, and you have a winning pair. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge and Top Golf Swing Suite, just minutes south of Iowa City.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Iowa Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done.
Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
When you buy your own health insurance, you deserve a doctor who's your biggest champion and coverage you can be confident in. And with new Wellmark health insurance plans featuring Unity Point Health, that's what you can expect. These plans help you build a relationship with your Unity Point Health primary care providers and network partners, starting with free preventive and virtual care, plus low copays for primary care with a doctor who always has your back. Connect with an agent to help you enroll at wellmark.com/UPH.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, Hawkeye basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. It's for the fans. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, just minutes south of Iowa City. Hyatt Regency, caring for people so they can be their best. And by Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. It's game time.
Steal off the 1-2-2 and a dunk by Chris Murray.
You're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now let's join Gary Dolphin for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield first half.
Always emotional on senior day. Fred Hoiberg and Fran McCaffrey having a nice visit here a moment ago. Of course, we've got father-son legacies all over the court today with Fred and Sam Hoiberg and the McCaffrey family. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. We're about to tip off the Hawks and the Huskers. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye basketball. Time for the colors of the game, courtesy of Shields. The colors of the United States of America, now being presented by University of Iowa ROTC chapter. Huskers are in the candy apple red road uniforms with the white trim, and the Hawks will be in the home white with the black and gold trims. Now let's enjoy Caitlin Berner, who has the honor of singing our national anthem.
Representing our nation's colors, our cadets from the University of Iowa Army ROTC program. Performing the national anthem is Caitlin Bruner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Not a note she can't hit. Caitlin, great job. Crowd will remain at attention as the University of Iowa ROTC chapter leaves the floor with the colors not only of the country but of the great state of Iowa, as these next door neighbors get after each other today, the Hawkeyes and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Watching Fred Hoiberg down there, Bobby, he knows every inch of this floor, having played on it and coached on it for many years.
He does, and we both had a nice chat with Fred, getting caught up, families, and what's going on in the world of college basketball. Always a good time when get his perspective, and he's got a good team, and they've really done a nice job with this team this year, Gary. A little bit on the hot seat at the end of last year, but have got it together now, and even through injury, he's just plugged in a couple of different guys that have produced for him. I'm thinking of Casey Tominanga.
He's always been a good coach in my view. Obviously, the date with the NBA and the Bulls didn't work out, but that's a whole different world, whole different management style. I loved his line when we were visiting in the pregame show about his son Sam. I said, well, obviously he's got a lot of your skill set. You know, he really contributing. He goes, I think you're giving me too much credit. Carol was the track athlete and the skilled individual in the family. So one for wife Carol. Let's go back to the U.S. Bank scoreboard. Bobby, we were keeping an eye on that Maryland at Penn State game. Penn State hit a shot at the buzzer to edge the Terps 65-64. Happy Valley, needless to say, is happy today. Maryland was up double digits for a good portion of the first half and early second half, so Penn State roars back to win at the buzzer 65-64. Purdue all over Illinois down at Mackey. The Boilermakers lead the Illini 54-36. 15 minutes to go in that game. Later, it's Michigan, Indiana, Northwestern at Rutgers, Wisconsin at Minnesota.
Yeah, a lot to be decided in the Big Ten pairings, the seedings. For the Hawkeyes, though, we can't worry about any of that stuff, Gary. What you got to worry about, got to win this game right here. You win this game, I believe you are assured of a double bye, whether it's 2 or 3. We're not quite sure with the way the rest of the games go, and in particular the Northwestern game.
Once again, thanks to today's game sponsor, Coco Creative Agency, a full-service marketing and production company with roots at the University of Iowa. They're proud to have been elevating Iowa businesses for over a decade in the areas of video production, website development, social media marketing, and live streaming. See their work at CocoCreates.com. Thank you, Coco Creative Agency, for supporting University of Iowa Hawkeye Athletics, and in particular Terrence Thames, who cut his teeth here in the Hawkeye video area, sports information and the Hawk Vision. By the way, Jalen Pickett hit the game-winning shot for Penn State. What a shock.
Yeah, I just got a report. My wife Mary said it was a 30-14 run. They announced by Penn State. I said, yep, Happy Valley's pretty happy right now.
Much the way Rutgers came from, 20 down, 19 down in the second half and beat Penn State at Penn State just a couple weeks ago. I bring that up because that has been the Big Ten all season long. It's not just Iowa and Michigan State or Iowa and Indiana that have these rip-roaring comebacks. It's everywhere you look.
It's everywhere. That's why you got to be on top of your game every time out. You can't ever give up in a basketball game, and you can never believe that a lead is safe, Gary, because these teams with the three-point line will come back and bite you. So congratulations to Micah Shrewsbury and Penn State Nittany Lions on that big comeback win this afternoon.
Our officials today, that's important. It always is in every game, but certainly in a critical game like this. We've got DJ Karstensen, Kelly Pfeiffer, he of the stare down with Fran McCaffrey.
He's back
a week ago. Kelly, I think I saw him doing UCLA, Arizona last night.
I woke up at 10 o'clock and there he was and said, we're not going to get Kelly tomorrow, but there he is. Took a red eye out of L.A. to Cedar Rapids.
Might have his own private jet service, but Larry Scarrato, DJ Karstensen, and Kelly Pfeiffer. I mean, this is about as good a crew as you could hope for, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And
understanding the ramifications
I think
what happens.
They'll let them play. So what I don't want to see, Gary, is the big fella in there, Derek Walker, start to go to work early on Philip Abracha, and Philip picks up a couple quick fouls here on his senior day. So got to play without fouling.
Walker and Chris Murray having a conversation in the center jump circle, and Chris controls the opening tip up over the top of Derek, and Iowa gets the first crack in the offensive end. Here's Ulis. Shoots a pass right side for Rebraca. Now to Connor McCaffrey, center of the floor. Run into by Lawrence. We play on. Perkins from the corner. Misses a three. Aired it out. Chris Murray, though, had it land right in his lap. No new shot clock. Here's a pass deflected to the baseline. 5 to shoot. Tony Perkins takes it in on Derek Walker. Forces up a shot. That's short. And rebounded by Nebraska. C.J. Wilcher brings it down the floor for Tamananga. Chris Murray has him on the switch. Chris is chasing him all over the floor, so they got Chris Murray going after Tamananga. Here's Griesel, center of the floor, top of the circle for Derek Walker. And a step back three on the way. Good. Rattled in by the young freshman, Jamarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, he came off and shot that behind the screen set by Walker. Wide open he was and knocked down a three.
Griesel guarding Murray, both teams man-to-man. Here's Rebraca for Perkins. Baseline right, Aaron Eulis. Attacking inside, Nebraska jamming it up, as Bobby predicted. Inside around Rebraca. Murray, a step back three. Good. Knocked it down just like the start of the game at Indiana the other night. Tie game at 3. That's a deep three.
That was a deep three right in front of the Nebraska bench and shot that with confidence, backpedaling when he released it.
Tamananga. Casey gives for Wilcher. C.J. Wilcher, the veteran guard, to Lawrence to the left wing, and Griesel. His three is good. Aaron Eulis a step late getting there, and Nebraska's 2 for 2 out of the gate. 6-3 Huskers. A minute and a half gone in the opening period.
Griesel, the graduate transfer, he is a capable three-point shooter, especially when he gets his feet set standstill.
Rebraca shut down on the dribble by Walker. Now here's a pass behind Eulis, but he does a great job of saving it. Gets it to Rebraca, up and in. Phillip playing catch with himself. Short with the first attempt, and then it caroms in off the glass. He stayed with it. He's really developed that pattern.
Yeah, he's mad that he missed the first one, but he got himself an offensive rebound quick off his feet over the top of the Nebraska defense.
6-5. Huskers have the lead on the strength of 2 threes. Wilcher drives it high post left, throws back center floor for Tamananga. A deep three. Good.
3 threes.
You kidding me?
Nebraska, that's what he plays, man. He's like Steph Curry from Japan.
9-5 Nebraska. Hawks are going to have to cheat out more beyond the perimeter until Nebraska cools down a little. Here's Rebraca to Connor. His three is no good. Rebounded by Tamananga. Nebraska with the ball in a 4-point lead. 2.5 minutes gone opening period. Griesel into the front court for Walker. He comes out, sets a screen, top of the circle. Tamananga inside, scores off the glass. Had Rebraca on the switch. He just flips it up there and off the window it went. 11-5 Nebraska. Hawks weren't ready for this.
Now, do you believe me now when I say he is the Japanese Steph Curry? That one, Steph Leiker just off the wrong foot and flipped it up there.
Chris Murray on the wing with a catch. Shot fake, drives inside, hooked a pass intended for Rebraca, but it's deflected out of bounds by Walker. Hot start for Nebraska. The Huskers 4 for 4 with 3 threes. It's 11-5 visitors. Connor McCaffrey. Baseball pass into the backcourt where Eulis runs it down. 12 to shoot for the Hawkeyes. 16:46 to play for the first half. Eulis drives inside, misses a runner. A jump shot from just beyond the three-point line. Pulled up off the run and short-stringed it. Here's Lawrence, turns the corner, gets in on Rebraca. He didn't get away with a push-off, I hope. Okay, he did not get away with it. I was fearful they might call a blocking foul on Phillip, but Lawrence clearly extended the left arm.
Yeah, he certainly did. The freshman right in front of the referee as well. Made a good call. Phillip, good job moving his feet, cutting off his driving path.
Hawkeyes get a stop finally on the Huskers. First foul on Team Nebraska. Eulis, crossover dribble to Chris Murray. He has a three to start the game. Here's Connor. Dribbling right baseline. Griesel ties him up. He jump passes into the lane. Jump hook good by Rebraca. Really a great feed by Connor. Caught Rebraca in stride up and in.
A couple of baskets for Phillip early, and what's good about that was he knew Connor was looking for him and right in front of the rim.
Wilcher tries to drain a three left wing. No good. That was off from the moment he let it go. 11-7 Nebraska. Hawks hustle down court with a rebound. Here's a pass deflected away, but right to Connor McCaffrey from Rebraca. Huskers are still man-to-man. Hawks have yet to get their running game going. Nebraska finally missed. McCaffrey takes it right baseline. Now he's trapped. Gets the ball back, lost it, gets it back to Chris Murray. His three is strong. And the rebound poked away by Connor McCaffrey to Tony Perkins. Pop-up jumper in the lane is good. That's what Tony's been doing. drive and either kick or drive and score. Here's Perkins chasing Griesel down the floor. A three is good from the corner by Jamarcus Lawrence, the freshman. He's playing because of injuries. He's got 2 threes. 14-9 Nebraska. And back and forth we go. Oh, bad pass by Perkins. Almost got away from Chris Murray. Griesel with the deflection. Chris runs it down. 15 minutes to play opening half. 12 to shoot for Iowa. Attacking the goal to our right. Stop and go move by Ulis. He throws up a jump shot. No good. It's tipped out and controlled by Nebraska's C.J. Wilcher. He didn't like the numbers, though. 1 on 4 to Tominaga. Shot fake, drives inside. Step back jumper, good again. This guy just can't miss.
He is on fire right now. That one, and Philip Bracha, I thought, did a nice job of forcing or switching out on him. Forced him a little bit deeper. Just a follow away by Tominaga. He's got 8.
6 of 7 is Nebraska with 4 threes. You heard me correct. 16-9 Huskers. Chris Murray for 3. No good. Off the left of the iron. Griesel rebounds. 14-19 to play first half. Can Nebraska keep this up? For how long? Here's another 3 by Lawrence. No good. Rebounded by Walker. He got away with a push-off on Tony Perkins. Now the ball stripped and then off of Walker's leg out of bounds. It'll be Hawkeye basketball when play resumes. Wow, what a start for the Huskers.
What a start for the Huskers. Shooting 6 of 8, 75%, 4 of 6 from deep. The Hawks just 4 of 12 and 1 of 5 from 3.
Fortunate to be down only 7. It's 16-9 Nebraska. Today's game sponsor is Coco Creative Agency. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I thank you.
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Welcome back to Hawkeye basketball from Carver Hawkeye Arena, courtesy of Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Nebraska is as hot as the burnt red color on their uniforms, Bobby, and they're out to a 16-9 lead over the Hawkeyes 5 minutes in.
Yeah, and I don't think it's any surprise to the Hawkeyes or the coaching staff. They've seen these guys on tape. Winners of their last 4 before they ran into Michigan State, Gary. So a very capable team offensively. They are on fire, as you said. 6 of 8 from the floor, 75%, 4 of 6 from deep. Jamarcus Lawrence, he's 2 out of 3. He's a 4-point scorer. He's already got 6. Tominaga leads with 7 points, and neither team really has turned it over. Nebraska a couple times. Rebound numbers are about equal. The Hawks doing a good job on the offensive glass. Philip Bracha got a basket off the glass.
Hawks got to figure out a way to get it inside. Nebraska's packing it in around Rebracha. And now maybe Patrick McCaffrey into the game can find a way to get to the hoop. Here's Connor driving it in deep left wing for Patrick. Hawks get the ball off the carom out of bounds off of Derek Walker a moment ago. 13:50 to play first half. Rebracha for McCaffrey. 10 to shoot. Perkins was standing on the sideline. Turnover Iowa. Unforced error. So an empty trip for the Hawkeyes here.
Just the first turnover.
See if the Hawkeye defense now can cool off the Huskers. They've matched their biggest lead at 7. Griesel running the point. Gets it to the foul line, and Walker. Here's Tamananga. Connor staying right with him. To Wilcher, right side. Walker, high post right. Shot fake by Wilcher. He gets inside, turns, shoots, and scores. I tell you, it's amazing when the adrenaline's flowing in your direction, how everything falls. 18-9, Nebraska.
Got in a little deeper than the Hawks want him to in the paint there, and Phillip went for the head fake, and once he came down, Wilcher up for the basket.
Connor McCaffrey hacked by Tamananga. He's doubled every time. On every catch, he's doubled. Here's Patrick. Gets a pass into the lane to Perkins, now in the corner to Connor McCaffrey. 8 to shoot. He drives inside, short strings the jump shot. Saved from going out of bounds by Rebraca, but only 3 on the shot clock. And the Hawks are going to get it off just in time, and Patrick McCaffrey splashes it down. Patrick, obviously Phillip didn't know the shot clock. The ball had not touched iron, so it did not reset. And Lady Luck finds the Hawkeyes and Patrick McCaffrey.
Patrick called for the basketball, top of the key. That'll do his confidence a world of good right there to knock that one down at the buzzer.
Now the Hawks need a couple stops. Sam Hoiberg into the game. Here's Tamananga, step back 3. That's way short. Connor knocked him off stride. Iowa gets the rebound. Patrick McCaffrey into the front court. 12:20 to go in the half. Iowa's back to within 6 of the Huskers at 18-12. Perkins can't find an open lane to throw it to. Rebraca now has it right of the lane to Connor McCaffrey. And here's a reach-in foul on Tamananga. Now he and Walker, Connor and Walker getting together. Looks like Connor might have shoved Tamananga.
Now they're going to give Tamananga the foul. He's got his hands all over Connor. Whenever that happens, Connor's usually the one that will knock him away and say, it's enough of that. Draw attention to the foul.
Fortunately, it wasn't anything more than that. 12:08 to play, first half. Hawks with the ball down 6. Peyton Sanford now into the game. And it comes to Rebraca. Phillip hands off, high post right. He's being chased to Sanford. He's being chased by Hoiberg. Now to Rebraca. He muscles in on his man. Double team. Connor McCaffrey had the shot from 3, passed it up. Now to Murray. Peyton Sanford from spot on. Go! Back-to-back threes, and the Hawkeyes are within 3.
Yeah, the crowd is into it now. They get a little feisty down below on the offensive end, and now the 20 seconds they have on the offensive shot clock. Wide open. Peyton Sanford for his first of many threes today.
Breitenbach, the center, is in there for Walker now, and he hands off now into the corner. There's a drive along the baseline, and a blocking foul is called. I thought he was out of bounds, but Derek Walker kept his feet in. But no, check, that's not Walker. It's Denham Dawson, redshirt freshman from San Bernardino, California, just into the game at 6'6" for Walker. 11:24 to play. Who was the foul on, Bobby? I missed who that was on.
They gave it to Peyton Sanford.
Well, Peyton's got to be careful
on this baseline.
His first, after draining his first 3 of the day, that's always a good sign when he hits his first. Also a 3 from Patrick McCaffrey, and the Hawks, who are down 9, are back to within 3. Nebraska ball when we come back. 11:24 to play in the first half. It's 18-15 Huskers. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Emergency Fund can help you cover an unexpected expense, like cleaning up and rebuilding after a bad storm. At DePaco Credit Union, we've got the right tools and resources to get you on your feet. We want our members to feel the comfort that a life emergency won't become a financial emergency. DePaco cares about your financial well-being. When our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you. Be well. Learn more at depaco.com/be well. Federally insured by NCUA.
Is your work environment safe? It can be with help from EMC insurance companies. Use our loss control resources for online driver training, tools to avoid slips, trips, and falls, ways to improve workstation ergonomics, techniques for proper lifting, and so much more. Get safety videos and materials for your employees, all at no additional cost, when you insure your business with EMC. Learn more at emcins.com.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
18-15 Nebraska. The Huskers hit 6 of their first 7 shots, including 4 threes, and roared out to a 9-point lead, but the Hawks have rallied back behind back-to-back trays from Peyton Sanford, Patrick McCaffrey, and about halfway through the first period, it's 18-15 Huskers. Gary Dolphin with Bobby Hansen. Our engineer-producer, Corey Sheets. We're brought to you by Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Yeah, looking at the stats, Hawkeyes have closed the gap with the bench. Patrick McCaffrey, the first 3, and Peyton Sanford comes back with a back-to-back 3, so outscoring the Nebraska bench 6-0, pull the Hawks within 3.
It'll be Nebraska basketball after the foul on Peyton Sanford before we went to the commercial timeout. Wilhelm Breitenbach, 6'10 sophomore from California, is in replacing Derek Walker. Griesel with the basketball now from Dawson, or to Dawson, back to Griesel. Hoiberg's patrolling the left wing. He's got it. Sam drives it hard to the baseline. Throws to the wing, threw it away. Connor McCaffrey anticipating that wing pass as he got trapped underneath the square. Comes up with the theft. Now Rebraca. 11 minutes to play in the half. Into the corner to Sanford. Now to Patrick McCaffrey. 15 to shoot for the Hawks. There's no hurry. 18-15 Nebraska. Connor backs the dribble out with Breitenbart on him on the switch. Here's Chris Murray with 5 to shoot. Patrick's open in the corner. 3 good. Ties the game at 18. 3 consecutive threes.
Yeah, more bench points for the Hawkeyes. That's 9-0 now. Patrick shooting it with a lot of confidence. He rose up, shot that one without hesitation.
It's 5 quick points off turnovers for the Hawkeyes. Here's the big fella, 6'10 Breitenbart. 9-0 run by the Hawks on the strength of those threes. Another steal of a pass, a wing pass. Chris Murray comes up with it. Connor McCaffrey into the front court. Skip pass inside to Murray. Into the corner to Patrick. Can he ring the bell again? This one's a little strong. Sanford with a rebound. Misses the putback. Tip from Rebraca to Murray. Up and in. And a foul. And the Hawkeyes on an 11-0 blitz have grabbed the lead.
Yeah, they have with hustle, with heart. Not afraid to take the shot, pressing the offensive glass there. That's 8 rebounds now for the Hawks, 5 of them on the offensive end.
Back-to-back turnovers by the Huskers have led to run-out scores for the Hawkeyes. It's 20-18 Iowa. And Murray, very good free thrower, can put Nebraska in a 3-point hole. Free throws up and good. And just like that, Chris with 5. 6 for Patrick. Here's a steal off the 1-2-2. Patrick McCaffrey doing it all. He deflected the pass. Sanford comes up with a steal. Nebraska now with 5 turnovers, and the Hawks throw it away. Connor McCaffrey and Chris Murray just not on the same wavelength there.
Yeah, by my count, that's just the 2nd turnover for the Hawkeyes, and doing a good job of taking care of the ball.
Tamananga back in the game. Lobs a pass over the top of the press to Sam Hoiberg. Wiltshire, who's back running the point, checks back there. That's Jamarcus Lawrence, I beg your pardon, not Wiltshire. Lawrence leaves it for Tamananga. Tamananga gets it back. He's covered up by McCaffrey. Goes around him, gets into the paint. A little floater in the lane is good. What a soft touch.
Yeah, he's incredible. It doesn't look like much, Gary, to be honest with you, but he's got a smooth game and soft touch. With that left hand, he floats it up there.
That ends a 12-0 Iowa run. 12-0 Iowa run. Tamananga with 9. Leads everybody on the floor. 21-20 Iowa. Sanford for 3. That's short. Murray with a strong rebound. Another offensive board. Patrick McCaffrey's wide open and curls it in from deep in the corner. He just escaped to the corner, and Chris found him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, good find by Chris after the offensive rebound. Patrick made himself available and knocks down his 3rd 3-point field goal of the first half.
He's the hot man. Keep feeding it to him. 24-20. Iowa gets out to a 4-point lead. Here's Breitenbach. Drives inside, and a runner good off the glass with the left hand for the big kid. 6'10 sophomore, averages 4 points and 3 rebounds. Got his first basket. Awful awkward doing it, but he got it to go. 24-22. Iowa's lead is 2. Here's Patrick McCaffrey, covered up by Derek Walker. To Connor. Connor, sideline pass to Murray. Inside it goes to Rebraca. Out top Patrick. 3 is no good. Rebounded by Sanford. He's fouled. Peyton Sanford had his hands on the ball first. I think it might have been Sam Hoiberg reaching in there.
Sam caught with a hand in a cookie jar in there. Good shot. Patrick with the heat check moment there. He made his first three. Not missed that one, but the Hawkeyes get it back after the foul. 20 on the clock. 4 fouls on Nebraska. Here's Sanford shooting the inbounds pass. Hardly touched his hands, and he reins in a 17-footer. Peyton Sanford with a basket. He's got 5, a 3 and a 2. Hawks back in front by 4, 26-22. That's 14 points off the bench for the Hawkeyes.
8 minutes to play first half. Walker on a crossover dribble. Muscles in on Rebraca and gets the shot to go off the glass. Phillip had to let him go. There's a lot of contact. He was afraid he was going to be called for a foul. 24-22 Iowa. Murray for 3 in transition. No good, strong. And Tamananga with a rebound. He brings it down himself. Casey, a stop and go move. Gets around Peyton Sanford. Feeds a teammate. Shot up no good by Breitenbach from the left of the lane. Hawks are running the other way, and it's deflected out of bounds to Iowa. Timeout on the floor. Iowa trying to get that run game going.
They're trying, looking ahead. Chris Murray, the run out. Derek Walker does a nice job of knocking it out of bounds.
Hawkeye basketball when we come back. 7:27 to play first half. And the Hawkeye lead is 2. But that's the important thing. They're in the lead after being down 18-9. It's 26-24. With quick hot savings from Quickstar, you'll find hot deals throughout the store. Check out the savings on produce, Nature's Touch dairy products, and so much more. Quickstar's got your savings covered. And folks, if you need to recycle old working refrigerators and deep freezers, visit MidAmericanEnergy.com for details plus energy saving tips. MidAmerican. Today's game sponsor is Coco Creative Agency. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at MidAmericanEnergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Iowa basketball.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
Hawkeye basketball brought to you by Walmart Blue Cross Blue Shield. Huskers with a hot start, hitting 6 of their first 7 shots. The Hawks have been hot of late. 2 big runs by each team, and Iowa has the lead for the moment, 26-24, Bobby Henson.
Yeah, they're certainly playing a lot better, and when Fran went to the bench, put in Peyton Sanford, Patrick McCaffrey, each of them responded with 3-point baskets. Patrick has 3 of them now, 3 out of 5 from deep. Peyton has 1.
And here's Chris Murray with a jump shot off the inbounds pass as we get back to action. Iowa's bench has outscored Nebraska, by the way, 14-2. Huskers with the rebound of that Murray miss. Wide open look along the baseline. He won't miss too many of those. Derek Walker with the catch. He's bodied up on by Rebraca. Into the corner to the big guys. 6'10 Breitenbach. A shot no good. Breitenbach, excuse me. The Hawks rebound. Patrick McCaffrey doing the honors. He brings the ball down himself. Little pop fly pass to Rebraca. Right side for Tony Perkins. Tony's yet to get going offensively. Here's Peyton Sanford, run into by Breitenbach. Skip pass left of the lane to Rebraca. Spins in on Walker. Shot up no good. Put back good by Phillip. Who's better in the league at staying with a missed shot than Philip Rebraca?
Nobody is. He just took the contact, missed the first one, and again, quick off his feet. First guy off the floor gets a put-back basket.
Here's Wilcher for Nebraska back in the game now to Walker. Derek takes the dribble left wing. Breitenbach drives inside hard to the left baseline. Sanford shuts the door. Now a bad pass in the lane picked off by Perkins. Another Nebraska turnover. Leaves it for a trailing Peyton Sanford. Now to Murray. Murray. Line drive feed to Patrick McCaffrey. He goes into the paint. Now to the wing, back to Chris. His long three is well short, and Walker rebounds. Nebraska looking to run, but they tap the brakes when they get into the front court. Here's Walker. Oh, a nice backdoor pass. Layup good by Tamananga. Hawks have had no answer for him defensively so far. Tony Perkins got beat on a movement without the ball. Tony then misses a shot in the lane. Rebraca hits the deck. 28-26 Iowa. Here's Nebraska running back the other way. Deep three by Tamananga is no good. And the Hawks clear. Patrick McCaffrey and Tony Perkins with a nice wall off. TP brings the ball back into the front court to Patrick. Inside to Rebraca and a dunk. Great find by Tony Perkins. They are not letting Tony drive inside, so they're going to have to hit passes like that.
That time against the zone, Philip Rebraca found the sweet spot. Nobody at the front of the rim, and Tony the pass, and Philip the dunk. He's got 8.
Hawks back up 4, 30-26. 5.5 minutes to play first half. Here's Griesel. Hit a shot early. Hasn't been heard from since. Chris Murray doing a good job on him. He takes the ball into the paint. Jump hook up and good. Me and my big mouth. Griesel. Really sharp move by him as he went up over the top of Chris Murray. 30-28. Iowa's lead cut back to 2 again. Here's Sanford for McCaffrey. Patrick McCaffrey. Here's Griesel. Again trying to post up on Chris Murray. High post right. Passes the shot up, goes into the corner to Breitenbach. He hits the side of the square with a 3 attempt. He's missed badly twice from that area. Hawks with a rebound. Sanford with a shot. Good in transition. Murray with the assist. Hawks are up 5.
Started with the bad shot by Breitenbach, and the Hawks run out. Peyton Sanford squeezes it off as soon as the ball touches his finger.
Tamananga with a catch, top of the circle. Tony covers him up. Perkins disallows the shot. Here's Walker driving inside, misses the running jump hook. Breitenbach up and good with the left hand. The big guy has no clue on how to shoot from the corner, but I'll tell you what, inside he's pretty good.
Yeah, Fred's got to tell him to stay inside. Don't be shooting them outside ones, but certainly bringing the heat in the paint.
Patrick McCaffrey has a ball slapped away from him by C.J. Wilcher and out of bounds, but touched Patrick last. Hawks not securing the basketball. Fran McCaffrey is claiming there was more than just ball contact there from C.J. Wilcher, but it goes Nebraska's way. Timeout on the floor. 3:48 to play first half. Hawks led by 5. They lead by 3 right now, but Nebraska has the ball back. Iowa corn. When corn grows fuel, Iowans win. Ethanol is a renewable fuel that's better for the environment, our health, and our wallet. Share your winning moments using hashtag Iowans win, and you can win even more from our friends at Iowa Corn. And you don't need countless insurance companies. You need one insurance company you can count on. And that's EMC Insurance Companies. Find your agent at emcins.com. Iowa 33, the Huskers 30. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Basketball on 1040 WHO is presented by Bud and Mary's. There's no THC cap on Iowa medical cannabis, and getting a card is fast and easy with online doctors. Get your med card today. Visit budmary.com.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Hey burger lovers, this is Jill from the Burger Shed. Have you tried one of our signature handcrafted burgers? You gotta try a fan favorite, the Shed Burger. It comes with in-house smoked brisket, pepper jack cheese, and the Shed's barbecue sauce. For all of our pork lovers out there, you gotta get your hands on the Apocalypse Now burger. which comes with a pork patty topped with hand-pulled smoked pork, pepper jack cheese, and bacon jam. Burger Shed. Burgers, beers, and a bunch of BS. Bass Pro Drive in Altoona.
Hawkeye fans, join Rob Brooks and Lisa Bluter each week from 6 to 7 for Hawk Talk at Bumps Restaurant, presented by Oak Knoll. View the season schedule at HawkeyeSports.com.
Hawkeye basketball sponsored by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Attention, you Hawk fans who buy your own health insurance. Wellmark is on your side and on the health insurance marketplace. Let's give it up for plans you can afford. Check out wellmark.com/hoops to compare plans. Wildly entertaining game, like most of them have been in the Big Ten this year. Nebraska basketball, after forcing the fourth turnover for the Hawks in the first half. Nebraska has 6 turnovers. Iowa's bench has been remarkable, Bob.
Yeah, it's been the bench. Peyton Sanford and Patrick McCaffrey, 17-4.
Nebraska basketball. They beat the press into the front court. Griesel had a basket a moment ago to get the Huskers to within 3. Has it, gives it to Tamananga. Now right wing for Jamarcus Lawrence. A long 3, no good. And the rebound tipped out long by Derek Walker. Fresh possession. Here's Griesel for 3. It's good. Tie game. 33 all. Second chance points for the Huskers.
Yeah, the tip out by Derek Walker knocked it right into the hands of Griesel. That's when you shoot that 3, your defense is scrambling.
Josh Dix out of nearby Nebraska. Council Bluffs in the game. Iowa's bench has been fruitful in the offensive end. Let's see if Josh can get going right away. Here's a pass to Sanford. He's walled in on the baseline. Jump passes to Dix. Now to Connor McCaffrey, to Patrick McCaffrey. He drives it inside and is called for a charge.
Wow. Like a tackle.
Sure didn't look like Griesel was set, but Patrick out of control. Had the 3-point look, but passed it up.
Saw the opening, and then Griesel came up underneath him, Gary. And again, by my look, he wasn't set. He was still moving.
But the foul goes against Iowa. 2:54 to play in the half. Here's Tamananga. Casey into the front court. Leaves it now for Jamarcus Lawrence. He fires it to Griesel on the wing, and his 3 is good. Griesel is heated up. Back-to-back 3s plus a 2. Nebraska is back in front, 36-33.
11 points for Griesel, and that is 6 3-point field goals made for Nebraska first half.
Amazing. Here's Sanford. He's hit a couple long-range jumpers. Patrick McCaffrey in the far corner. The Hawks are really perplexed at figuring out how to get the ball inside. Here's Sanford, a corner 3. That's way short of the mark. Rebounded by Nebraska. Hawks hustle back. Lawrence with the catch of the board. Here's Tamananga. Stop and go move right around his cover man, Josh Dix. And he missed the jump shot high off the square. Perkins back for the Hawkeyes. To Patrick McCaffrey. His 3, good. Patrick trailing. Tony found him. And a tie game now at 36.
What a game. Patrick McCaffrey, he's got 12 points all here in the first half, all on 3-point field goals made.
Hawks with 7 threes in the first half. Nebraska has 6. Here's a foul on Peyton Sanford. Unable to keep up with a driving Tamananga. Or was that Wilcher? They've got 4 guards on the floor, does Nebraska. Second foul on Peyton Sanford, so he's got to come out. That hurts the Hawkeyes. Not a shooting foul. And Iowa's 3rd team foul. Griesel, well, he shoots right over the top again. Misses that 3 of Patrick McCaffrey. Patrick was fortunate. He backed off on him, and Griesel let it fly. Hawks with a rebound and a chance to get the lead back. 36-36. Iowa, Nebraska. Wild offensive fray here in the first half. Minute 25 to play till the intermission. Patrick's open again. Let's fly. Good! And a foul called on Jamarcus Lawrence. Patrick McCaffrey having a first half.
I guess that is 5 3-point field goals made for Patrick. This one could be could be a 4-point opportunity for PMAC.
He'll toe the line. The Hawks are back in front, 39-36. U.S. Cellular's on a mission, like Patrick McCaffrey, to find us again by putting down our phones, and the phone's down for 5 challenge. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus. Patrick McCaffrey finds the bottom of the well with a free throw. And the Hawks, just like that, blink of an eye, Back-to-back threes by McCaffrey have the lead back to 4. And a steal off the press by Patrick. Here's another long-range jump shot. In and out, no good. The house would have come down had he made that one. 40-36. Iowa's lead remains at 4.
Yeah, did the right thing now. He's a point man on the press, got the tip away the steal, and nobody picked him up at the three-point line. When you're that hot, you got to go ahead and try it.
Now Griesel, who's been hot, drives around Aaron Eulis, misses the jump shot off the square, but knocked out of bounds by Josh Dix. Nebraska will have another second chance opportunity. Huskers and the Hawkeyes having a border battle galore here in the first half. 40-36, Iowa's lead is 4. Tamananga, the trigger man, looks for help. He better hurry. Lobs it out there to Derek Walker, almost stolen away by Aaron Eulis. Huskers have it. Grissel drives inside and is fouled by Rebraca on a late whistle. They're going to get Rebraca, I believe. The illegal block. And free throws coming for Griesel. Griesel had let the shot go and was coming down on his feet on the floor when Rebraca got called for the block. Griesel at 68% from the free throw line. Free throw is good, so that ends the Iowa run of 7-0. 40-37. Iowa's lead is chopped back to 3. Stay with us for our halftime coverage courtesy of Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes Hawk fans to Carver Hawkeye Arena this year. Bud Light is for the fans. Second free throw is off, away, no good. Chris Murray with a rebound. Wicked pick set by Rebraca. Cross court feed now to Patrick McCaffrey. Chris Murray, he's open for 3. He got it.
Beautiful screen set by Aaron Eulis there to free up Chris.
43-37. Iowa has its biggest lead with 25 seconds to play first half. Fred Hoiberg will use a timeout. Iowa 9 threes in 20 attempts in the first half. And the onslaught from deep continues.
45% shooting, and only 44 from regular field goal attempts. But, yeah, what a display of three-point shooting, in particular by Patrick McCaffrey, who's 5 out of 8.
What's that old 50s cult movie? It Came from the Deep?
Got me.
They might. Well, now, you're not that young. Come on. They might want to make a sequel. Threes from the deep. Hawkeyes watch Nebraska knock down 4 of 5 threes to start the game. Since then, the Hawks have buttoned up the perimeter pretty good. Nebraska 6 of 14 in the first half. The Hawks 9 of 20. 45% from 3. Remarkable. 43-37 Iowa after the Hawks trailed by 9 early.
And the Hawks are 5 of their last 7 field goal attempts, with 3 of those being from deep.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages. Score big with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Sam Hoiberg will inbound right in front of us here. Patrick McCaffrey trying to get a deflection. Throws it back court where Griesel runs it down. Huskers will have the last say offensively, barring a turnover here in the first half. 43-37 Iowa. Hawks want to close it out and get to the locker room with a 6-point lead. Griesel takes Connor in deep. Shot up and good. 6'7" Sam Griesel. They just spread the court, let him go one-on-one with Connor.
Heck of a player is Sam Griesel, leading scorer for Nebraska. He's got 14.
Timeout asked for by Fran McCaffrey to set up a play. See if the Hawks can match what Griesel did. It's 43-39 Hawkeyes with 6.2 seconds to go. Congratulations to our military heroes of the game, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Grove and his son, First Sergeant Michael Grove Jr. 66 combined years of military service, originally from the Grimes area. That's where Lieutenant Colonel and Senior Michael Grove lives. First Sergeant Michael, after 36 years with the Iowa Army National Guard and the U.S. Army, he lives now in Tucson with his wife Nancy and son Josh. Thank you, Iowa natives.
Absolutely, thank you. What'd you say, Gary? Combined 62 years?
66 years.
66 years of service, so by the Grove family. Can't thank you enough.
Iowa basketball with 6.2 to go in the half. And it comes to Aaron Eulis from Chris Murray. Aaron into the front court to Chris. Deep three in transition. That's short, and that's the way the first half ends. 43-39, Iowa by 4 over the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I don't know that we've seen a more entertaining offensive show in one half this year, but then again, we've seen many. That is the Big Ten. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
2 seconds on the clock. Shot from half court for the win. It's good! Speed, power, performance. That's what it all comes down to, folks. And that's why Extreme, powered by Mediacom, is the Internet of Champions. Experience game-winning speeds up to 1 gig, unbeatable reliability, advanced whole-home Wi-Fi, and a team of local employees who will do whatever it takes to keep you ahead. Score big with Extreme. Call 844-4FASTER for details. Download speeds may vary. Monthly data usage allowance applies.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Iowa Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This has been the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield first half on the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. Hawkeye basketball is brought to you by EMC Insurance. You've worked hard for it. Now count on EMC Insurance companies to protect it. U.S. Bank, proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Authentic Brand, unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. Bud and Mary's, medical cannabis farmed and formulated in Iowa. And by Bud Light, it's for the fans. This is the Budweiser Halftime Report.
Hawkeye bench outscores Nebraska 24-4 in the first half, and yet it's only a 4-point game. Iowa 43, Nebraska 39. The Nebraska starters, Bobby Hansen, were white hot at the start of the game. And then Peyton Sanford and Patrick McCaffrey hopped off the bench, and you talk about hot. Bunsen burner hot.
They got really hot. They got cooking early, too, and Patrick hit the shot, and then Peyton chipping in. Patrick, so far, great first half. Not a career high by any stretch for Patrick, but the 16 points. The Hawkeyes got Tominaga under control. For the most part, the later part of the first half there, he ends up with 11 points. Then Griesel got going. He's a guy that can hurt you with his size.
Yeah, Griesel is beyond his average, or right at his average per game of 14 points. Tominaga had the hot start, 9 early points. He's got 11. The Hawkeyes shooting 43% in the first half. Nebraska at 57% for the first half, 16 for 28. But the Hawks have 3 more threes. That's been a difference maker.
Yeah, at early, it was Nebraska making the threes, but then the Hawks caught fire with the bench. The other thing, Gary, was the offensive rebounding for the Hawkeyes. Phil Pabracha and Chris Murray with 3 each. Peyton Sanford a couple, but those 9 offensive rebounds led to 17 second chance points.
So the Hawks look to play better defense and keep that offense percolating at a high level in the second half. Let's check our Latham Seeds charity stripe recap. How did the Hawks do from the foul line in the first half? Well, neither team got there much. Iowa got there for 2. And Patrick McCaffrey and Chris Murray both made their and ones for Nebraska. They were 1 for 2. That was early on with Sam Griesel making 1 of 2. That's our Charity Stripe recap, sponsored by Latham. High-Tech Seeds are letting them play. The Hawks have a diverse combination of talent, and at Latham High-Tech Seeds, you'll find the most diverse portfolio in the industry. Diversify for success at lathamseeds.com. Up next, we'll recap all the stats on this first half that finds Iowa leading at the break 43-39 on the final day of regular season play in the Big Ten. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
US Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join US Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
Silver lining means you are backed by a policy and a company that is going to do everything they can to get you back whole to like you were before.
An independent insurance agent describes the silver lining.
But there's a promise there. You know, that word means we're going to answer our promise in the policy and get you back up and running if you're a business, or, you know, if you're home, we're going to get your home put back together as if nothing had happened.
West Bend, the worst brings out our best. Visit thesilverlining.com to find out more.
Axe throwing is not just for lumberjacks anymore. It's for everyone. Are you looking for some competitive fun in the Des Moines area? Ironside Axe Club offers parties, corporate team building, and leagues. Come let us teach you how to throw axes, or come to sharpen your skills. It's great as a date night, and even better with a group of friends. Check out our weekly activities, including morning blend networking, lunch and throw, trivia, Thirsty Thursday, and league. Visit our website at ironsideaxeclub.com and unleash your inner Viking.
Facing a criminal charge or complicated family law situation? Regardless of the circumstances, Carr Law Firm has a trial experts that understand how much is on the line. Your priorities are our priorities, and we will fight for the solution that best fits your needs. Our experienced trial attorneys will aggressively defend your rights in court and do everything they can to protect your future by fighting for you. Go to carlawiowa.com for a free consultation. That's Carr with 2 R's, lawiowa.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Our halftime show is sponsored by Bud Light. Hawk fans, Bud Light proudly welcomes you to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Bud Light is for the fans. Let's check the stat sheet now, courtesy of Hy-Vee, sponsored by Hy-Vee. Our halftime stat recap. Score big savings and shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. For the first half, the Hawks, each team really with 16 field goals. Iowa 16 for 37. Nebraska 16 for 28. Iowa got off 9 more shots. 9 of 21 from 3. 6 of 14 was Nebraska in the first half from distance, and they got most of those early. The Hawks really got hot when Patrick McCaffrey and Peyton Sanford came off the bench. Only a couple free throws for each team. Rebounding about even. The Hawks have 2 more boards, 18-16, but have 5 more offensive rebounds and 11 more second chance points. That's a big, huge factor for the Hawkeyes in that first half. Nebraska with 7 turnovers. The Hawkeyes with 5 points off turnovers. Just a 2-point differential there. The big story, 24 bench points for the Hawkeyes, and they all belong to Patrick McCaffrey and Peyton Sanford. Peyton with, Patrick, I should say, with 16. Peyton Sanford with 8 in the first half. 9 for Chris Murray, 8 for Philip Rebracha, and a basket for Tony Perkins. For Nebraska, a couple in double figures. Sam Griesel, 5 of 7 from the field, including 3 threes. He's got 14 points. He likes the cooking here at Carver. 11 for Keisei Tamananga, many of those early. Nobody else with more than 4 for Nebraska. 4 ties, 3 lead changes. Each team has led for 8 minutes plus, and it's far from decided. 43-39 Iowa here at the intermission over Nebraska. Our halftime stat recap is sponsored by Hy-Vee. Score big savings and shop online at HighVDeals.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Have you heard about this new type of television experience from Epson? It's called the Epic Vision Ultra Laser Projection TV. It combines a new type of laser projection technology along with a unique Epson Silverflex screen to produce an epic 120-inch 4K Pro UHD picture that's up to 4 times bigger than a traditional 60-inch TV. There's no better way to watch live sports, and watching Iowa basketball play live on this big bright TV is simply awesome. If you're a sports fanatic like me, you need to check this new Epson TV out for yourself. Visit Epson.com/TV to learn more.
At US Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join US Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy 1 free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
Welcome back to our halftime coverage from Iowa City and Carver Hawkeye Arena on Mediacom Court. Hawks have a 43-39 halftime lead on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Hot shooting by both teams. Back and forth end-to-end action. Elsewhere on the U.S. Bank scoreboard, Penn State with a buzzer beater at the Horn defeated Maryland 65-64. Purdue has just gone final, defeating Illinois 76-71. Jalen Pickett, by the way, had the game winner for Penn State at the buzzer. The Boilermakers hold off the Illini 76-71. Later, Michigan at Indiana, Northwestern at Rutgers, and tonight the Badgers are in Minnesota. Top-ranked Houston edged Memphis this afternoon, 67-65. Hawkeye baseball on fire down at the South Alabama Invitational. Iowa won its 3rd straight game in 3 straight days down in the South, pounding Pepperdine 10-1 this afternoon. Of course, later today at 4 o'clock, you'll hear it here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. The Hawkeye women, another electrifying performance yesterday with a big victory, holding off a solid Maryland group. Will take on Ohio State for the Big Ten Tournament Championship. Hawks trying to make it 2 in a row. You can hear that 3:45 for the pregame show, 4 o'clock for the tip with Robbie and Jamie from the Target Center. That's the U.S. Bank scoreboard. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Basketball on 1040 WHO is presented by Bud & Mary's. Formerly MedFarm, Bud & Mary's is the same locally grown, family-owned and operated company, providing the largest selection of cannabis and full THC products in Iowa.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
So get to your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Bobby Hansen here for the Better Business Bureau. Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you, got ripped off, didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. Find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skoglund Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatKirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
How do you use your energy? Cheering on your team under the lights? Making a special meal for the MVPs in your life? At Alliant Energy, we know it's about more than just energy. It's about what that energy powers us all to do together. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Bobby Hansen is with Sherman Dillard, Hawkeye assistant, on Iowa's 4-point lead at half.
Coach, hot shooting by Nebraska got them off to a quick start, but you went to the bench and they outscored Nebraska 24-4. Your thoughts?
Well, you're right. I thought that second unit came in when we went to the bench. They came in and did a terrific job moving the ball. You got to move the ball against that defense. That defense, they want to slough in, pack it in. You got to go move the ball wing to wing. You got to drive on closeouts. I thought we did a better job of that midway through the first half, and we finished up playing better that way.
Okay, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bobby and Sherman, sponsored by KC Nielsen and Woolstock, your Iowa John Deere dealer. Iowa's John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye basketball. 43-39 Iowa. As we go to the second half, it'll be Nebraska basketball. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye basketball. Second half about ready to start. Here we go. Nebraska has the first look in the offensive end. Griesel had the big first half. Drives a pass to Derek Walker Jr. They run a three-man weave out front. Little figure eight. Here's Wilcher from Lawrence. Now to Walker. He lost the ball. Tried to force a pass. Gets it back, though. The Hawks didn't secure it. Now a three. Good by Nebraska. Oh, the Hawks should have had the turnover. Walker went and got the 50-50 ball. And a three-point goal is good. Now it's a one-point game. Iowa 43-42. Wilcher knocked it down from deep in the left wing. Here's Murray for the Hawkeyes. Second half underway at Carver. Connor McCaffrey handed off to Tominenga. Rebraca, left of the lane, drives the dribbled inside, leaves it for Ulis on the wing. He jump passes into the corner to Murray. Step back three, no good. Rebraca with another offensive rebound. Iowa's 10th of the game. 1 minute gone, second half. Iowa up by one. Rebraca jump hooks in the lane, no good. That's short. Ulis tried to save it from going out of bounds. He did knock it off of Griesel, though. So that'll be a 20-second reset on the shot clock. Good job, Aaron Ulis.
Yeah, third attempt at it now on this possession here for the Hawkeyes. First one by Phillip, didn't go, and then now Aaron Ulis, great hustle to get it back.
1 minute gone in the second half. Here's Murray. Shot fake, drives in on Griesel. Goes right to the basket. Missed the runner off the lane. It's kicked out, though, to Tony Perkins. Right back into Rebraca. Pop-up jumper, that's short.
4 cracks at it here.
Wow. Walker with a rebound. Nebraska shoots for the lead on this possession. Here's Wilcher to Walker. Back to Wilcher, chased by Connor McCaffrey. Lost the dribble. Connor bodied up on him and forced the turnover. Iowa gets the ball right back. Here's Connor. A lob left of the lane for Murray. Whirls into the paint. Shot up and good. And counted a foul on Griesel. Got him underneath with the body. Boy, what a turn of events there. Wilcher driving to the basket. Connor knocked the ball loose. And it leads to an and one, a basket for Murray.
And the smart basketball play by the Hawkeyes of finding Chris Murray in the low block on the right side with the smaller man, Griesel, trying to guard him in there. That's a mismatch here. Go to Chris all night long when they got Griesel guarded.
Chris has got 11 and a free throw coming. Free throw no good. Hawkeyes missed their first free throw of the day after 2 makes. Only been 9 fouls called in the game. Now 10. So Iowa's lead is back. Down at center court. Walker, he lost the ball out of bounds, stripped away by Aaron Ulis, who came with a blind double team. Good play, Aaron Ulis.
Really good play by Aaron. Yeah, as soon as he made his spin move in there, clock winding down, Aaron there to knock it away.
6 on the shot clock for Nebraska. And a steal. Rebraca picks it away from Walker. Hawks running, looking for more points off turnovers. Connor for 3, in and out, no good. It rimmed and took a look down through the well and then hopped back out. Score holds at 45-42. Griesel collides with Ulis, loses the ball. Walker gets it up, no good with a shot, cleared by Perkins. Tony, 3-on-2 the other way. Perkins all the way to the basket. Perkins off the glass and good. 47-42. Iowa's starting to heat up the running game now. Here's Wilcher and Lawrence back for Nebraska. This freshman averages 4 points on the season. He's got 9. And Nebraska tightens things up again. 47-45 Iowa. Jump hook by Rebraca. In and out. Took a trip around the iron. No good. Perkins saves it from going out of bounds to Rebraca.
Great hustle.
What an effort by Tony. Connor for 3. No. Murray with a rebound. Back up and in. Hawks attacking that offensive glass.
Boy, I guess so. That's about 6 offensive rebounds here in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half.
49-45 Iowa. Lawrence to Wilcher. Who's going to blink first in this game? Mercer. Walker around Rebraca. Shot up, no good. I think Phillip may have got a piece of that. Now a shove from behind by Derek Walker on Connor McCaffrey. It looked like a blatant foul, but Derek actually stumbled and using his arms extended to protect himself, shoved Connor McCaffrey, who happened to be right in front of him.
Yeah, working hard, just lost his footing there a little bit. He's breathing heavy, and he needed a little break right there in the action.
Oh, this is some kind of pace, let me tell you. Just the first foul on Walker. 49-45. The Hawkeyes have had a 6-point lead at one juncture today. See if they can match it this trip. Here's Perkins, drives it in deep on the left baseline. Now leaves it for Murray, who's open from the wing. His 3 is no good, and Walker clears for Nebraska. He brings it down the floor himself. The big guy into the lane, throws to the corner. Here's a standstill 3. Got it. Tried to crawl out of there, and Lawrence hits another one.
I think that's his 4th 3-point field goal made. Yes, it is. He's got 12 points, all on 3-point field goals.
49-48. Iowa's lead is 1. Murray puts it back to 3, though. Connor McCaffrey with an incredible find. A no-look pass to a cutting Murray right down the middle of the lane.
That's what Connor does so well. He finds the cutters in there. That time hit him perfectly in stride for an easy layup.
Tamananga for 3 in the tie. No good. That one's a little strong. Rebraca clears for the Hawkeyes. 15:40 to play in the game. Back and forth we go. Very few whistles. What a great game to view. Great game to watch. Great game to call. Here's Connor from Rebraca. Takes it right baseline, peering inside, but Nebraska's just jamming everything up in there. Now to Murray on the wing. Right back inside it goes to Rebraca. Jump hook is up and no good. A lot of contact. Walker also got basketball, and we play on. 15 minutes, 14 seconds to go. There's a freshman, Jamarcus Lawrence, has he been red hot. Here's Walker, splits a double team, shot up and good, and a foul called on Iowa. Rebraca and Aaron Ulis got a little bit crossed on their wires there as to who was going to take Walker first, and he split the double team, and now Nebraska has a chance to tie the game when play resumes.
They certainly do, and they're just keep grinding here. Hawkeyes will have to come with a double team.
Walker, a 52% free thrower. We'll be back to Carver in a minute with more Big Ten basketball. Iowa leads for the moment 51-50. 5 minutes into the second half. It's a great time to join the Iowa Lottery's free VIP club. Members receive free plays, special offers, insider news, and can enter promotions to win cash and other great prizes. Visit ialottery.com/VIP and learn more. Today's game sponsor, we thank Coco Creative Agency. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Equity salutes today's hero of the game. Thank you for your service to our country. We're a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season. Please join us in thanking all who have served our country. Their dedication allows us to enjoy the freedom and liberty we have today. At American Equity, our mission is to deliver financial dignity to our customers when they retire. To learn more about our company, please visit our website at american-equity.com.
Windsor Windows and Doors are designed and manufactured to give you an inspired look for your next new construction or remodeling project. As your local Windsor distributor, Gilchrist Jewett is here to help you get the right fit for your style and performance needs. We offer the full line of made in the USA Windsor windows and doors, including wood-clad, cellular PVC, and vinyl products. To get your next project started, stop into Gilchrist Jewett at one of our 6 locations in Iowa.
Axe throwing is not just for lumberjacks anymore. It's for everyone. Are you looking for some competitive fun in the Des Moines area? Ironside Axe Club offers parties, corporate team building, and leagues. Come let us teach you how to throw axes or come to sharpen your skills. It's great as a date night and even better with a group of friends. Check out our weekly activities, including morning blend networking, lunch and throw, trivia, Thirsty Thor's Day, and league. Visit our website at ironsideaxeclub.com and unleash your inner Viking.
Hawkeye basketball coming your way from Carver. The final regular season weekend of the Big Ten. Big Ten tournament starts Wednesday in Chicago. The Hawks are fighting hard to get that double bye, and that's far from decided. A 51-50 Iowa lead for the moment. Derek Walker will shoot a free throw for Nebraska when play resumes. And the Hawks and the Huskers have certainly found their groove offensively today, but who's going to lock down defensively first, Bobby?
That is the question that the fans are asking themselves here as Nebraska 3 out of 4 from three-point range starts second half.
Walker makes the free throw. He's got a half a dozen on the day, and it's a tie game again at 51-51. At 4 ties and 3 lead changes in the first half. And the Hawkeyes try to regain the lead this trip down the floor. Connor McCaffrey, Chris Murray, Philip Rebracha, Tony Perkins, and Patrick McCaffrey back in the game. Patrick had the hot first half with 16. Here's Rebracha muscling in for a shot. No good. Put back is good. Tip dunk by Patrick McCaffrey. He's got 18. Iowa back in front. 53-51, 14-40 to play in the game. It's been offensive rebounding for the Hawks. Saved the day so far.
Another one right there. Patrick alert.
Wiltshire, throws up a long 3 early in the shot clock, and it dips in and out, no good. Boy, they're firing away, are the Huskers. Here's Rebracha with a catch inside from Connor McCaffrey. Up with a shot blocked by Griesel. Knocked away to Wiltshire. Good stop by Griesel and the Huskers. And Nebraska comes back down 2. Griesel all the way into the paint. Retreats from Chris Murray. Gets it to Lawrence. His runner is no good. Breitenbach and Philip Rebracha were locked up. They're going to call a foul on Rebracha. Kelly Pfeiffer said he hooked him. Philip picks up his second personal as he was arm locked with Wilhelm Breitenbach.
Well, that's tough to see, man. He must have had eagle-eyed looking right at Philip.
Nebraska gets another possession. 14:08 to play. Iowa leads 53-51. Comes into Walker to Tamananga. Out to Griesel. Ball knocked away by Connor McCaffrey. Chris Murray picks up the garbage, and the Hawks get a turnover anyway.
Good hustle.
Way to go, Connor McCaffrey. Having a great senior day game. Here's Perkins. Tony's yet to get going, but he's doing other things really well. Patrick McCaffrey has picked up the slack. His step-back jumper is no good. Fight for the rebound. It's out of bounds off Nebraska. It'll stay with Iowa. Again, Rebracha and Breitenbach really getting after each other. And the big fella for Nebraska knocked it out. Here comes Sam Hoiberg into the game for Tamananga. 13:40 to play. Iowa 53-51 over the Huskers, who have been battling teams all year long. Here's a pitch out front for Patrick McCaffrey. Perkins. Now baseline to Connor. Connor cross court for Patrick. Patrick McCaffrey to Perkins. Tried to split a double team. Couldn't. Throws it to Connor McCaffrey. His 3 is good. Finally, Connor gets one to fall.
Yeah, he caught that one in rhythm that time. Got his feet set right in front of the bench here, and a little late in recovery with Sam Hoiberg. Connor makes him pay.
Hawks up 5, 56-51. Now, this is where Nebraska's come back to get a score. They do again. Usually it's been from 3, but Wilcher drops a pass down baseline left to Breitenbach, and he lays it up and in. It's only a 2, but Nebraska's down 3, 56-53. Perkins cut and a score. Great feed again by Connor McCaffrey. Tony Perkins, a baseline cut. Hawks are back up 5, needing a stop or 2 here, and you've got to feel they can put some air between them and the Huskers. Here's Griesel, inside, shoots and scores. Well, I tell you, he pivoted 4 or 5 different times and got the short jumper in the lane to fall. What a day for Sam Griesel.
16 on the day, 14 in the first half. You got to get him covered up here in the second.
12.5 to go in the game. Iowa's lead is again sliced to 3. Here's Connor McCaffrey muscling in on Wilcox. Shot up, blocked away, but a foul on C.J. Wilcher. Wilcher, he plays about as good a defense as you can. He's 6'5", 210 pounds, almost as big as Connor. But Connor got him on his hip, and once that happened, advantage McCaffrey.
Got him on that right hip, so Connor goes to the strong hand, the left hand, and gets the foul, and 2 free throws coming for C-Mac.
Oh, and he misses the first one. Connor has missed a few free throws the last couple games, and he is hot at himself. Peyton Sanford makes his first appearance in the second half. Perkins comes out. Connor will get one more free throw, and you can give Iowa a 4-point lead at 59-55 should he make this one. 12:20 to play in the game. Second free throw, good. 59-55 Hawkeyes. Neither team is led by more than 8 all day, back and forth. Now the 1-2-2 press by the Hawks. Nebraska threads the needle, gets it across, throwaway. Wilcher threw it right to Chris Murray, anticipated where he was going to go and jumped in the lane. Murray's open for 3 at the other end. Good. Timeout, Nebraska. Fred Hoiberg is really unhappy at his team.
Yeah, a good job by Connor McCaffrey of surveying the floor, waiting for the traffic to go by, and then found Chris Murray wide open, 22 feet, right wing.
Little birthday present for Luke Sears. 10 years old from Cedar Rapids, attends Pius X school up in Cedar Rapids. He is a big Chris Murray fan. Who isn't? 62-55. The Hawks have their biggest lead of the day thanks to their 11th three-point goal. Timeout. Huskers. Fred Hoiberg is unhappy about the 11th turnover, unforced error at that, by his Huskers that led to that run out and a 3. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield. Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
At U.S. Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join U.S. Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
When did business insurance become one size fits all? At EMC Insurance Companies, we've known for more than 100 years that businesses have unique needs. It's why from coast to coast, we provide insurance packages that are designed and tailored specifically for nearly 500 different types of businesses. Add our expert loss control and quick claim services, and you can see why customers count on EMC to help protect what they've built. Find an EMC agent near you at emcins.com.
20 made threes in this game between Iowa and Nebraska. 11 for the Hawkeyes, and a big one that Chris Murray hit a moment ago. 9 threes for Nebraska. The Huskers shooting 56% for the game. Iowa 42%. But Iowa has 18 more shots, due in large part to 16 offensive rebounds. Bobby, this is This has not been a defensive shutdown thriller, but man, has this offense been fun to watch.
Yeah, it's been on fire all afternoon long, Gary, but you mentioned it there. The 16 offensive rebounds by Iowa have enabled them to score 24 points, 24-6 second chance points. Good job on the glass.
And thanks to Patrick McCaffrey and Peyton Sanford, Iowa's bench has outscored the Huskers 26-6. We get back to action, 11:58 to play. Griesel's had a big day. Takes a dribble in on Chris Murray, now throws left wing. High pass for Walker, finds Hoiberg on the wing. Breidenbach back inside to Walker, now to Hoiberg. He's open for a long jumper, and it's good. That's a three. Well-designed play by Nebraska as they worked that triangle offense that time and got a three. A wide-open look for the son of Fred Hoiberg, Sam Hoiberg. 62-58. That's 10 threes for the Huskers. Here's Peyton Sanford, open for a brief moment. Now gets it to Patrick McCaffrey along the right baseline. He retreats back out top for Peyton Sanford. 11:19 to play in the game. Connor McCaffrey posting up inside. Finds Chris Murray outside. His three, no good. Rebounded by Breitenbach. Stopped for Nebraska. Iowa's lead at 4. 62-58. We wind down to the 11-minute mark to play in the game. Breitenbach looking for Tamanenga. He's covered up, so finds Hoiberg across the floor. Works the dribble in on Patrick McCaffrey. To Walker, back to Hoiberg. Now into the corner to Breitenbach. He drives in on Sanford. Throws to a baseline cutting Walker. Hook shot up and in. 5 quick ones from Nebraska. 62-60 Iowa. Patrick McCaffrey for Iowa. 10:36 to play. He draws a double team. Pass to Sanford, who's open for a three. That's strong. Connor McCaffrey with a rebound and a foul on Tamananga. Connor McCaffrey with another offensive rebound for the Hawkeyes. Timeout on the floor. Hawks trying to find ways to escape these Huskers, who have won at Creighton. They won at Rutgers, dominated the Knights earlier this season. So this isn't anything new for Nebraska. This is a much improved Fred Hoiberg team this year, despite having 2 really good starters on the injured list. We'll come back with 10.5 to go in the game. The Hawks hanging on to a 62-60 lead, and we'll have the basketball when play resumes. Hey, Hawk fans, join the Iowa Swarm. Make a difference. Join the Swarm today and partner with Iowa men's basketball and serving charities throughout eastern Iowa. Learn more at iowaswarm.com. Getting a medical cannabis card in Iowa, it's easy. Just talk to your doctor. Join thousands of Iowans using medical cannabis today. Search budmary.com and learn more. Today's game sponsor is Coco Creative Agency. This is Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield.
US Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join US Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
Some companies are very standoffish or very afraid to get directly involved with the repair process. So we will physically take our phone, call the guy we know that can do it, and say, hey, I'm standing at this address. I need somebody to come over here and pull this limb out of this house. A lot of companies won't do that.
A West Bend claims representative on handling a claim.
And we bring that sense with us that we can fix it. That's the biggest thing we do for them.
West Bend, the worst brings out our best. Visit thesilverlining.com to find out more.
Hi, this is Jeff Grunder from the Machine Shed. If you don't feel like cooking tonight, let the Machine Shed take care of dinner for you. Try the mouth-watering, aged-to-perfection T-bone steak or fresh grilled salmon, cooked just the way you like it. Have the salmon pan-seared in a white wine cream sauce or roasted on a cedar plank with the Machine Shed signature apple bourbon glaze. Now that's cooking. See you there for dinner tonight.
I-80 in Hickman Road, Urbandale, and I-80 in Northwest Boulevard, Davenport.
Sold out house at Carver Hawkeye Arena, St. Sam. Offensive basketball today. Threes raining down from all over Johnson County. And nothing decided yet. Iowa 62, Nebraska 60 with 10.5 to go in the game. Welcome back to Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield coverage of Hawkeye basketball. Iowa's bench has outscored Nebraska 26-6, due in large part to Peyton Sanford and Patrick McCaffrey's play. 18 for Patrick McCaffrey. And for Peyton Sanford, he's got 8. Here's Iowa on the inbounds toss, and a foul called as Patrick McCaffrey again on the receiving end of a nice bounce pass from brother Connor. So he broke down the right side of the lane, the underneath out of bounds play, and was grabbed and held by Breitenbach. 6'10" William Breitenbach grabs onto 6'10" Patrick McCaffrey, and he'll get 2. First one's good.
There's a nice cut by Patrick. Right when they gave Connor the basketball, he just made a speed cut from the free throw line right to the front of the rim, received the pass.
77% from the foul line. Hawks haven't shot many free throws today. Patrick drains 2.
Give him 20.
And the lead is 4. How about 3 or 4 stops right in a row here?
Right here, that's what you need. We'll take a couple of them, but really a nice job here by the Hawkeyes offensively. Now you need to bring it on the defensive end.
Griesel just does beat the 5-second count. Into the front court against the 1-2-2 to Derek Walker. Now back to Griesel. Patrick and Connor McCaffrey, Rebraca, Sanford, and Chris Murray on the floor. Griesel handed off to Sanford. Gets away with a shove off with the left arm. Now drives into the paint. Muscles in on Sanford. Turns, shoots. That's short. Hawks had to see that, but couldn't get to the basketball. A rare offensive rebound for Nebraska. 9:58 to play. Here's Hoiberg driving it in deep on Connor McCaffrey. Throws to the wing. Breitenbach, a 3. Good.
Are you kidding me?
6'10". Averages 4 points a game, and he's hit a couple threes today.
Yeah, he's got 5 points or 6 points here in the game, and he is a willing shooter, put it that way, when he catches it in rhythm.
Chris Murray drives in, draws a double team. Patrick's open for 3 from the corner, no good. And the rebound to Griesel. And he tips it to Walker, and here's Nebraska down 1 with the ball. And a chance to get the lead. Breitenbach left wide open in the corner. He tries to drive the ball in deep, leaves it for Walker. 9:17 to play. Now Walker stumbles in the lane, lost the ball. He ran into Rebraca. Turnover, Nebraska. Here the Hawks back up 1. Connor to a trailing Sanford. His 3 in and out, no good. Rebound knocked out by Connor McCaffrey. A 3 follow-up is good by brother Patrick. Patrick McCaffrey keeping the Hawkeyes in front by himself.
What a play by Connor McCaffrey, though, to get in traffic there and knock that thing loose. Knocked it right into the hands of Patrick for a 3.
67-63. Hoiberg beats Patrick McCaffrey in deep, throws up a wild shot. No good, and a foul on Murray over the back of Sam Hoiberg. Over the back of Sam Hoiberg, who had nowhere to go, threw up a wild shot. But poor rebounding position by the Hawkeyes drew the foul over the back. Was it Patrick or Chris? I couldn't tell.
I think they gave it to 24. Chris Murray, his first.
That's good, because Patrick has 2. Or does he have 1? He's got 1 too. All right. So they limit the damage. Here's Walker fouled hard from behind by Connor McCaffrey. The Hawks just have not been able to figure out Nebraska defensively, especially on the switches. That time Connor was talking to Chris Murray. He got switched off on Walker, but by then he was behind him, and Walker got hammered from behind right in front of the basket, so he'll get 2 free throws. Walker just 53%, but he made his only toss earlier today and makes the second. Boy, has that ball been falling Nebraska's way or what?
It has. Got to change.
Nebraska shooting 57% from the floor. Walker gets another free throw and hit them both. Not bad for 53%, 3 for 3. So it's back to a 2-point Iowa lead, 67-65, 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go. As we continue to wind down toward crunch time in this game and on the season. Chris Murray, free throw line jumper is no good. Hawks are cold here for the moment. Murray's got 18 on the day, missed that one. And Nebraska shoots for the tie or the lead with a 3. Lawrence turns the corner, gets in, throws back to the wing. Hoiberg's wide open for 3, hits it. Nebraska has the lead, 68-67. Great drive and a kick by Lawrence, Jamarcus Lawrence, and Iowa trails by 1. Rebraca muscles inside and scores, hits the deck as he went up over the top of Lawrence. 69-68 Iowa. Big basket, big move by the big fella Rebraca. Here's Breitenbach to Hoiberg. Drives inside around Connor McCaffrey, and a blocking foul on Connor. Hoiberg
Making something happen here for Nebraska.
Too quick for Connor to handle. Each team with 5 team fouls, and each team will come to the sideline for a blow here. 7:50 to play in the game. Iowa 69, Nebraska 68, and back and forth we go. Hawkeye basketball is sponsored by the great Central Midwest Honda dealers across the state, like Billion Honda of Iowa City. Hi to Frank Giuliano, Levi Walker, and Tyler Walker. They've got plenty of inventory for you. Stop in at Billion Honda in Iowa City or any of the great Central Midwest Honda dealers all across Iowa. And you Hawk fans who buy your own health insurance, Wellmark is on your side and on the health insurance marketplace. Give it up for plans you can afford. Check out wellmark.com/hoops to compare plans. Wellmark. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When you buy your own health insurance, you deserve a doctor who's your biggest champion and coverage you can be confident in. And with new Wellmark health insurance plans featuring Unity Point Health, that's what you can expect. These plans help you build a relationship with your Unity Point Health primary care providers and network partners, starting with free preventive and virtual care, plus low copays for primary care with a doctor who always has your back. Connect with an agent to help you enroll at wellmark.com/UPH.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hawkeye basketball coming your way from Carver Hawkeye Arena. It's senior day. Connor McCaffrey and Philip Rebracha feted before the game, along with senior student managers Ben Sheridan and Sam Close, the son of Gary Close, longtime Hawkeye assistant coach. Sold-out crowd has been treated to quite the game. Nebraska basketball after the 5th team foul on Iowa. Iowa leading 69-68. 7:50 to go, and we play on. Lawrence, flashy freshman guard, gets it out top to Hoiberg. Hawkeyes, that man-to-man or a zone, Bobby?
It's sitting in a zone.
2-3 zone, a stretch 2-3 zone. Fred Hoiberg directing traffic. Lawrence throws up a 3, no good, and it's run down on the open floor, way out beyond the circle by Peyton Sanford. Hawks have dominated on the offensive glass. That's been a big factor in the Hawks keeping the lead for most of the day. Here's Perkins. Back in the game, Tony. Jump passes to Rebracha in the lane. Stansfield jumper in and out, no good. Ooh, the Hawks are in an icy spell here.
They're giving Phillip that shot, Gary.
They sure are.
Walker just laying back in there, enticing him to shoot that 15-footer.
Nebraska rebound, and Nebraska shoots for the lead with a score. Lawrence guarded by Perkins. Now to Tamananga. He's been quiet for a while. That's dangerous. He's got Chris Murray chasing him. Hands him off to Rebracha. Here's Hoiberg. Gets into the paint. Fires up a shot. Scores with the left hand. Sam Hoiberg, the walk-on, son of Fred Hoiberg, puts Nebraska back in front, 70-69. Rebracha gets it down low to a posting up Perkins. Now to Phillip. Back to Connor out top of the circle. 6.5 minutes to go, and Nebraska with a 1-point lead. Murray inside. Got too far underneath. Missed the layup attempt.
Hitting ahead.
Walker batted him around as he passed him by. And Nebraska gets the stop. Now has the ball. The lead steal by Tony Perkins on a diagonal pass from Hoiberg to Chris Murray. Shot up good and counted a foul called on DeMarcus Lawrence. Oh, Tony Perkins with a well-timed steal and a feed to his buddy Chris Murray, and the Hawks are back in front.
Yeah, that was a lazy pass by Sam Hoiberg there, and Tony Perkins jumped the route, gets steal, the run out. Here comes Chris, the trailer. Tony fed it to him perfectly. The foul, the basket. Chris will go to the line to give the Hawks a 2-point lead.
13 turnovers on Nebraska. The Hawkeyes have flipped it over but 5 times today. And points off turnovers, Iowa with 11 more than Nebraska. So that has been a big stat. 6:12 to go. Chris Murray with 20 points, right at his average. Oh, and he's short on that free throw. Hawks are struggling at the foul line all of a sudden. Made their only 2 in the first half. 3 of 6 here in the second half. Iowa lead is 71-70. Griesel around Murray, muscles in on him, lost the dribble, gets it back. Corner 3 is good by the freshman DeMarcus Lawrence. My goodness, what is it about Carver Hawkeye Arena and 3-point shooting for visitors?
5 3-point field goals made for the freshman Lawrence.
Unbelievable shooting, and Lawrence averages 4 points a game. Here's a shot by Connor McCaffrey on the lane, no good, but he's fouled. JaMarcus Lawrence averages 4 points. 6'3" freshman, he's got 15. Nebraska 13 of 24 from deep. Hawks are 12 of 32 from distance. Connor McCaffrey has 2 to tie it up. 73-71 Nebraska. Free throw is good. 73-72, 5 minutes, 35 seconds to play. One more free throw coming for Connor. Great floor game today. He's got 5 points, make it 6. That ties the game at 73. Now the Hawks employ the 1-2-2 full court press. Hoiberg from Lawrence across the midcourt stripe. Waits and leaves it for Sam Griesel. North Dakota State transfer, grad transfer. Here's Hoiberg. Throws up a long 3, no good. He's not afraid to jack it up there, and he did, and Connor McCaffrey rebounds. So the Hawks now with a chance to get the lead back. Here's Murray driving inside. Throws it back out top to Sanford. They move the ball to the wing. Perkins drives inside. Can't get a shot off to Murray. 12 to shoot. 5 minutes to play in the game. 73 all. Connor skip pass to Murray inside. Throws to the corner. Sanford for 3. In and out, no good.
Had a good look.
Yep, he sure did. Well, ball was moved around the perimeter nicely, and Payton just couldn't get it to go. Hoiberg with a shot fake, drives inside, now steps back out beyond the circle. Here's Walker right of the lane with Rebraca and his kisser. And a traveling call. Good defense by Philip Rebraca. Squared him up. And Walker gave him a double move before he tried to put the ball on the floor and then walked.
Yeah, he's not real comfortable out there when he faces the basket. He wants to do his damage in the paint around the rim. That time Philip played it perfectly. Picks up the travel.
Hawkeyes with the basketball and a 73-all tie. 4.5 to go in the game. Connor McCaffrey walks the ball down the floor. Patrick McCaffrey back in the game. He's had the hot hand today, and he's guarded by Wilcher. C.J. Wilcher. To Rebraca. Now to Connor McCaffrey. Screened by Rebraca. Connor drives in right of the lane, and a kick called on Nebraska. Tried to give it right back to Phillip on the screen and roll. Hoiberg will come out, and Tamananga, he's the assassin for them. Typically from 3.
Clock was at 5 when the ball was kicked. It'll reset to 20.
4:11 to go in the game. McCaffrey gets it in. Chris Murray for corner 3. Air ball. Chris jacked it up a little bit too strong, and over the rim it went. Now Nebraska with another stop comes down. Tie game at 73. 4 minutes to go in regulation. Here's Walker behind the back dribble. Leaves it for Wilcher. He turns the corner. Gets all the way to the basket. Lays it up and in. Boy, that was easy. My, oh my. 75-73 Nebraska. Connor McCaffrey takes the dribble right of the lane. Passes to Rebraca through the lane. Phillip muscles in on Walker. Out to Murray. Shot fake. Chris couldn't get the 3 to go. Drives inside. Throws up a shot. No good. And a foul called.
Block
on Nebraska. I held my breath there for a moment. I thought they might get Chris for a charge. Walker hit the deck. And Chris Murray will shoot free throws when we come back. Nebraska coming into today averaging 67 points a game. They've got 75 with 3.5 to go. The Hawkeyes averaging close to 80-81 are at 73. A 2-point Nebraska lead, and the stretch drive about to happen. This is Hawkeye basketball from their field.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
Hey, Hawkeyes fans, the wait is over. The Iowa men's and women's basketball teams are back on the court, and Shields has everything you need to cheer on your favorite players all season long. Take your game day gear to the next level with Shields Fan Shop. We have an unmatched lineup of gear, including jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more to help you show off your team colors. So gear up, Hawkeyes fans, and celebrate all season with Shields, a proud partner of Iowa basketball and hoops fans everywhere.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today or learn more at Deere.com. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Iowa basketball.
Hawkeye basketball from Iowa City. Sold out house on the final day of the regular season. They've been treated to a lot of offense. 75-73 Nebraska with 3.5 to go. Our coverage sponsored by Wellmark, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Wellmark is on your side and on the health insurance marketplace. Give it up for plans you can afford. Check out wellmark.com/hoops and compare plans. Hawks haven't scored in 2 minutes. They're going to get a couple free throws from Chris Murray here. Iowa 7 of 10 from the foul line to this point. Bobby, they've let him play today, and that's, I don't know if it's favored one team over the other, but the Hawkeyes have got all they want from Nebraska.
Yeah, they really have, and it's a credit to Fred and Nebraska that this team, with just 6 Big Ten wins, has not quit. They are out here battling every possession to try to win the game.
58% shooting by Nebraska. Murray hits the first free throw. That brings the Hawks to within 1. Let's see if the Hawks can win the last 3:32 of the game. Get out of here with a victory and head to Chicago with a double bye. Second free throw, good. Ties it up. Murray with 22 on the day. Patrick McCaffrey with 23 to lead Iowa. Now the 1-2-2 press that has helped cause 14 Nebraska turnovers. Well, they beat the press this time. Wilcher all the way in, lays it up and in. Unmolested, uncontested score by C.J. Wilcher. He's got 2 of those back-to-back. Nebraska scores in the blink of an eye again, and it's 77-75. Huskers by 2, 3:09 to go. Connor McCaffrey thought about a 3, leaves it for brother Patrick, who's been hot today. Pop-up jumper, no good off the right of the iron. Griesel rebounds. And Nebraska with the ball and a 2-point lead with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, they'll take the air out of it now.
Hawks need a stop. Griesel, Walker right of the lane for Tamananga. Shot fake, bounces into the lane to Walker. He's going to work the dribble in on Philip Rebracha. Now they double him. He finds an open man. It's Wilcher for 3. Good. Oh boy. 80-75 Nebraska. Great ball movement by the Huskers.
14th three-point field goal made for Nebraska.
Sanford tries to get it back. It's in and out, no good. Hawks have just not been able to pop the lid off the basket. A foul, though. 1-and-1 coming for Iowa. The Hawks have owned the offensive boards today. Let's see, that would be Iowa's 19th offensive rebound. And hopefully points off second chance. Patrick 1-and-1. It's up and no good. Ball is out of bounds off of Walker. He and Rebracha were battling for it. Iowa now 9 of 13. 9 of 13 from the free throw line. So the Hawks just not finding the mark from the charity stripe. Murray hit 2 a moment ago. Certainly not from the field. Iowa's not had a field goal in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's just gone cold here. 1 of their last 7, Gary. 0 for the last 4. On the flip side of that, Nebraska 3 out of their last 3.
Nebraska, who led by 9 in the first half, lead by 5 here, 80-75. We've had 8 lead changes and 6 ties. Apparently the clock kept running with the ball out of bounds off that carom off of Derek Walker, so they'll get the clock set. We'll tell you when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. What connections do you have to corn? Those connections translate into wins for farmers and wins for all Iowans. Share your winning moments using hashtag IowansWin. Nothing goes better with Hawkeye Sports than Wimmer's Meats. Wimmer's hot dogs and sausages deliver the home game experience to your family and friends. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. The clock says 2:07 to play, but there's got to be a lot more than that.
Yeah, it should be right around 2:14, 2:12.
And that's where they put it at 2:14. They've not changed the scoreboard clock.
2:12.
All right, we'll take the difference. 2:12. Iowa basketball. 4-minute field goal drought. Hawkeyes need to score here and get stops, trailing by 5 with officially 2:12 remaining in the game. Connor McCaffrey will inbound. Does so to Philip Rebracha. Shot clock resets to 20. Here's Connor. Connor uses a 2-bounce dribble up. Now he looks for an outlet. Leaves it for Rebracha with 9 to shoot. Rebracha takes it to the left wing and Connor McCaffrey. Connor drives inside and he's raked hard by DeMarcus Lawrence. 4 on the freshman, who's had a fabulous day today. He's been one of the difference makers for Nebraska with 15 points, 11 above his average. Griesel has 16. He averages 14. Tamananga has been held to 11. Most of those in the first half. Connor hits the first free throw, so the Hawks need to make free throws until they start finding the mark from the field. 80-76, Nebraska with 1:53 to go. Bobby mentioned it, 14 three-point goals by Nebraska, 12 for the Hawkeyes.
Bring us home, then.
Hawks need turnovers off this press. And they've got Nebraska throwing it sideline to sideline. Tamananga just does get it across to beat the 10-second clock. Here's Wilcher with 1:45 to go. Huskers spread the floor. Griesel will run the show from the middle of the court. 10 to shoot for Nebraska. Griesel around Murray. Now to Wilcher. Shot fake. Drives in on Connor. Oh, and gets... No, he didn't get away with a shove off. That was easy. Wilcher a little frustrated. Connor was right in his chest. Connor McCaffrey does so much more than score the basketball.
Nice job moving his feet that time. Squared up Wilcher. Wilcher knew the shot clock winding down, went hard with the left hand. Connor right there to get the possession back for the Hawkeyes.
A big turnover there. Offensive charge by Wilcher with the elbow. Shoved Connor off. 80-77 Nebraska. Iowa gets the ball back. 1.5 minutes to go. Sanford, they're shadowing him, needless to say. Patrick McCaffrey gets all the way to the basket. Up, no good. Rebracha with another offensive rebound up and no good, but he's fouled. Oh, the ball just crawled off the right of the iron. Hawks have gone almost 5 minutes without a field goal. And they're still hanging in there, trailing 80-77. 2 free throws coming for Philip Rebracha. Iowa 11 of 15 from the foul line and 2 more coming for Rebracha. And that one's way short. You can see it when it left his hands.
Take a breath.
It'll be a 1-possession game either way. Phillips' second one, that one's way short. Missed them both. And Lawrence with a rebound.
Tough.
But horrific offensive performance by the Hawkeyes here in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Not through any effort of their own. They've been trying, but boy, they've expended a lot of energy. Both teams have, up and down. They've gone all day. Greasel on a crossover dribble. Drives inside on Connor McCaffrey. Misses the shot. A lot of contact. They let it go, and we play on. Sanford for three in transition. That one was strong. Rebounded by Greasel. Now with 41 seconds to go.
Foul, guys.
And
takes a timeout.
Foul called, or Greasel took the timeout.
Yeah.
Now the Hawks are getting open looks, but they're not falling. 39.4 to go. We'll keep it right here. A timeout asked for by Nebraska, with the Huskers leading 80-77. Nebraska with one timeout remaining. The Hawks have their full complement of three. Born in the heart of Iowa, Authentic Brands premium sportswear serves the everyday demands of small businesses and corporate America. Don't settle for less. Look, feel, and perform your best in the Authentic Brand label. Authentic Brand. And by Iowa Corn. The Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk Series celebrates our student athletes and our state's corn farmers. Just like the Hawks work hard all year, so do Iowa's corn farmers, growing a crop used in over 4,000 products. That's a win for all Iowans. They've come from all over the state here today. Met a young man earlier, Riley Burns, 13 years old, from New Hampton. They're in Chickasaw County. A lot of Hawk fans from up that way. Riley's on his feet along with his parents and everybody else. Nebraska basketball with 39.4 to play, and Nebraska leading 80-77. Hawks are man-to-man full court. And it comes to Wilcher to Greasel. Ahead to Hoiberg. All the ball handlers are in there now, and a foul on Iowa. That is the sixth team foul on the Hawkeyes. 32.1 remaining. They got to give one more. Fran McCaffrey is imploring.
No, you don't want to give any. If you want to foul, yeah, the next foul will be
if you don't get the steal.
Yeah.
You're going to have to foul down three. Greasel looks to get it in. Side court. Looking, gets it into to Sam Hoiberg, and he's fouled. And so Sam Hoiberg will shoot the 1-and-1. 88% free throw, the redshirt freshman. Twin brother Charlie is at TCU. They were born in Chicago, and Fred was the head coach of the Bulls, or playing for the Bulls. 30 seconds exactly to play in the game. Iowa down 3. Sam Hoiberg can give Nebraska a 2-possession lead and makes the first. 81-77 Huskers. Nebraska trying to sweep Iowa in the regular season series for the first time since the 2011-2012 season. Second one is missed. 4-point game. Iowa down 4 with the ball. Got to get a quick score. Here's Murray. Guarded by Lawrence. The freshman has 4 fouls. Connor McCaffrey gets inside to the basket. Scores. And they're going to wipe it off. A charge.
Kelly Pfeiffer calls the charge. That's close, questionable. Sam Hoiberg was standing on the restricted zone line. Took the fall.
Well, he took it, and they call the charge on Connor. 81-77, 16.8 to play. And they're talking it over now, so they're going to check. I think he was outside the block charge circle, but they'll confirm it with a review courtesy of Athletico. Physical therapy is the thing you are told to do after medication, x-rays, or surgery. But what if the best way to fix your pain is to start where you normally finish? The sooner you start with physical therapy, you change everything. It all starts with no prescription needed at Athletico. Nebraska ball. Hoiberg was outside the block charge circle, so Iowa still down 4. Wipe away the basket by Connor McCaffrey. Tough break for the Hawkeyes. Iowa just could not get a look from the perimeter, Bobby, and Connor did what he was supposed to do, get it inside to the basket.
Yeah, the way they play defense, Gary, they pack that thing in. They've done it all afternoon long, and Hoiberg comes up with a big defensive play.
After one made free throw at the other end, gave Nebraska a 2-possession lead, and now Griesel can't find anybody open. And Nebraska has to use their final timeout. Hawkeyes win. They're insured the double bye at the Big Ten tournament. If they lose, who knows? There's another 50 or 60 combinations with that log jam of 11 win teams starting the day. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye basketball. Full timeout awarded to Nebraska. The Hawks have 3 remaining. Fran McCaffrey, they don't get the steal. They'll have to get the quick foul down 2 possessions, which would still keep them within 2 possessions, but needing 2 3-point goals. Perkins, Rebraca, Chris Murray, Josh Dix is in to give one of those fouls if, of course, the Hawks don't get a steal. Aaron Eulis likewise on the floor.
You got to sell out on every player in red, Gary, just completely face guard.
Griesel looking, gets it into Hoiberg, and he's fouled immediately by Perkins or Josh Dix. Take your pick. Fran McCaffrey shaking his head. We'll get Patrick and Connor McCaffrey back in along with Peyton Sanford. Nebraska has been to the foul line 7 times, made 5. But it's been the shooting for Nebraska that's been a difference maker today. 58.5% and 53% from 3. Nebraska averages 6.5 threes a game. Shot missed, but the Hawks down by 4, so they got to get a quick score. Here's Sanford. He's guarded by Hoiberg. Throws to Murray. Murray in the corner is going to have to force one up. That's short. Rebounded by Nebraska, and that'll do it. The Huskers get the victory. 81-77. That's the final. The Huskers win it, souring Iowa's senior day here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. And Fran McCaffrey is not a happy camper, but the Huskers shooting on the day 58%. 14 threes from a team that averages 6 made threes a game. So while the season ends on a sour note, the Hawkeyes have much to look forward to in Chicago at the Big Ten tournament, and of course in the NCAA tournament in a couple weeks' time. But this certainly muddies up seeds and buys and all that. And we'll be back to sort it out here on our U.S. Cellular postgame show. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
This has been the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield second half on the Hawkeye Sports Network. Hawkeye basketball has been brought to you by Mid-American Energy. Save energy, save money. Visit midamericanenergy.com for energy-saving tips. Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. And by Iowa John Deere Dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye basketball. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. Thank you for your service to our country. We're a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season. Please join us in thanking all who have served our country. Their dedication allows us to enjoy the freedom and liberty we have today. At American Equity, our mission is to deliver financial dignity to our customers when they retire. To learn more about our company, please visit our website at american-equity.com.
Honey, great news. I'm a VIP.
That's sweet. Don't forget the trash.
In life, not everyone recognizes you as the VIP you are, but the Iowa Lottery does.
We got a medium chai latte for VIP. VIP.
Join our VIP club by signing up at ialottery.com/VIP for exclusive Play It Again promotions, surprise contests, and even free plays. See how it works at ialottery.com/VIP because everyone is a very important player.
Woo-hoo!
You're not selling a product, you're selling a promise. When we're subject to horrible winters, hailstorms, windstorms, you learn quick that you really are selling a promise, not just collecting a premium.
An independent insurance agent on doing the right thing.
West Bend's the one company that I would feel confident calling the president of the company. I know he'd pick up the phone and we'd have a conversation.
West Bend, the worst brings out our best. Visit thesilverlining.com to find out more.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now, kids can eat free.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, Hawkeye basketball has been brought to you by West Bend, the Silver Lining, Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, just minutes south of Iowa City. Shields, right there with you. U.S. Cellular, take the phones down for 5 challenge. Visit uscellular.com/finds to learn more. Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. And by Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. This is the U.S. Cellular postgame show.
Nebraska rolls into Iowa City and ambushes the Hawkeyes this afternoon by a count of 81-77. Iowa ends the regular season at 19 wins, 12 defeats, and 11-9 in the Big Ten. The Huskers outscore the Hawkeyes. Iowa led by 4 at the half, 43-39, and the Huskers outscore the Hawkeyes, Bobby, by 8 in the second half. Just 34 second half points for the Hawkeyes. No field goals the last 6-12. We might have to go deep into the books to go back far enough to find the last time a high-scoring Fran McCaffrey team was shut out for over 6 minutes.
Yeah, he had free throws in there. Connor hit a couple of them. Patrick missed the front end of the 1-and-1, but that was it. Hoiberg hit 1 for 2, missed his, but Wilcher, the big three, put him up by 5, 80-75, and I got to be honest with you, I did not see this coming at all. I thought the Hawkeyes would come in here and play with great confidence, but Nebraska, anytime you tee it up with a border rival, they're going to give you their best shot.
36.5% shooting for the Hawkeyes. Nebraska 58.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And 0.5%. That'll get you beat most nights. 81-77, the final in favor of Nebraska, as the Huskers. The Huskers didn't score for the last 2.5 minutes, so Iowa ratcheted up the defense itself, but by then they had a 2-possession lead and were able to keep it despite the usual reliable Sam Hoiberg missing a couple free throws at crunch time. But the Hawks just could not find the bottom of the basket from the field, and the final score ends up 81-77 favor of the Huskers, who threw in 14 three-point goals, 14 of 26, 54% from three. On a season where they averaged 6.5 made threes. So when you look at the numbers, it's easy to see why the upset was pulled. Time now for our charity stripe recap. How did the Hawks do from the foul line in today's game? They're a little off target there too, 65% on 11 makes in 17 attempts. Nebraska 5 of 8 from the charity stripe. Our charity stripe updates are courtesy of Latham High-Tech Seeds. Just like the Hawks' diverse talents, no seed company has more trait and genetic diversity than Latham High-Tech Seeds. Thank you, Latham, for supporting Hawkeye basketball and the American Cancer Society through the Hawkeye Charity Stripe promotion all season long. Our postgame is sponsored by U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular is on a mission to find us again by putting down our phones in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Find out more at uscellular.com/find us. Let's give you the points in the paint today. That was a draw at 28 apiece. Our points in the paint sponsored by Spahn & Rose. Contractors, you're busier than ever, but you've got this with high-quality building materials from Spahn & Rose, including GAF roofing. Use the Spahn & Rose visualizer to plan the perfect roof and blend an architectural look with exceptional performance. GAF, we protect what matters the most. With several Spahn & Rose locations, you can focus on life's other important things. Thank you, Spahn & Rose. Spahn & Rose, buy easier, build better. Each team with 28 paint scores, but in the end, the 3-point baskets were the difference in a Nebraska victory. Back with more post-game courtesy of U.S. Cellular right after this brief pause. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Basketball on 1040 WHO is presented by Bud & Mary's. There's no THC cap on Iowa medical cannabis, and getting a card is fast and easy with online doctors. Get your med card today. Visit budmary.com.
Having an emergency fund can help you cover an unexpected expense, like cleaning up and rebuilding after a bad storm. At DePaco Credit Union, we've got the right tools and resources to get you on your feet. We want our members to feel the comfort that a life emergency won't become a financial emergency. DePaco cares about your financial well-being. When our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you. Be well. Learn more at depaco.com/be well. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is Gary Dolphin. Lennox has been building furnaces and air conditioners here in Iowa since 1895. And Lennox dealers have been selling and installing these high-efficiency Lennox products for just as long. When you call 72 Degrees Comfort Company in Ankeny and the Des Moines metro area, you know you're calling one of the best names in the indoor comfort business. Dave Lennox knows that when you turn to 72 Degrees, your home will be exceptionally comfortable. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and 72 Degrees. Lennox, 72 Degrees, and the Hawkeyes. That's a winning combination.
What are you craving? The Wigan Pen in Ankeny across from DMAC is proud to be the home of the famous Flying Tomato Pizza. The Wig has all your favorites, including thin crust and Chicago-style pizza, appetizers, lots of sandwiches, pints of beer, plus a full bar. And this family-friendly local favorite is hiring. All ages are encouraged to apply from 15 to 115. Flexible hours and a fun environment? Call or just come on in. The Wigan Pen in Ankeny. What are you craving?
How do you use your energy? Cheering on your team under the lights? Making a special meal for the MVPs in your life? At Alliant Energy, we know it's about more than just energy. It's about what that energy powers us all to do together. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Hawkeyes upset by Nebraska here at Carver on the final game of the regular season, 81-77. Had Iowa won, they would have had the double bye and the number 2 seed through to Friday at the Big Ten tournament. Now we'll just have to wait till the smoke clears from the other games that are yet to play. There are 3 of them this afternoon and tonight because of so many teams sitting there at 11-8 entering the weekend. The Hawks now finish the regular season 11-9 and 19-11. Nebraska improves to 16-15 and 9-11 on the season. Let's check the Hy-Vee stat recap here on our post-game show, courtesy of Hy-Vee. For the Hawkeyes, who didn't score in the final 6 minutes and 12 seconds, that was a huge stat to reflect on. And they'll be looking at the tape well in the evening tonight, trying to figure out how they can get more baskets in the closing minutes. The Hawks, therefore, shoot for the game 27 of 74. That's 36.5%. Nebraska, 31 of 53, 58.5%. And, of course, the killer, 54% from 3 for the Huskers, 14 of 26. Nebraska made 5 of 8 free throws. The Hawks drained 12 threes on the day, 12 for 37. That's 32% and 9 of 15 from the foul line. Iowa led in scoring by Patrick McCaffrey's 23 points. He is our Old Dominion best in the game. We'll talk with Patrick shortly. 22 for Chris Murray, 10.7 rebounds for Philip Rebracha. Peyton Sanford had a hot first half, but then Nebraska had him marked in the second half. Peyton ends up shooting 3 of 11 and 2 of 9 from distance, 8 total points. Patrick McCaffrey, 6 of 10 shooting from 3 and 7 of 14 on the day. 8 points for Connor McCaffrey, 8 points, 9 assists for Connor, just 1 turnover. You think about how often he had the ball in his hands, came up with 3 steals. I mean, this line's incredible. 8 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 turnover. A phenomenal performance by him on his last game in Carver, even though it had a sour ending. Tony Perkins, who had the big game at Indiana, could muster but 6 points today. Tony did add 4 assists. For Nebraska, 4 in double figures led by Sam Griesel, 16 points, most of those coming in the first half. He did a lot of the ball handling in the second half at crunch time and really performed marvelously for Fred Hoiberg. The difference maker, Jamarcus Lawrence, this freshman who's averaging 4 points a game, hit 5 threes, 15 total points, 12 for C.J. Wilcher, 11 points for Keisei Tominaga. He had 9 in the first half. So the Hawks they shut down Tominaga and really limited Griesel offense-wise in the second half. But other guys stepped up, most notably Jamarcus Lawrence. Derek Walker had 9 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. So the big guy performed very, very well, as did Wilhelm Breitenbach off the bench. Another guy averaging 4 points. He gets 9 on 4 of 7 from the field, including a 3-point goal, and added 4 rebounds. Nebraska turned the ball over 15 times to Iowa's 6. Hawks had 11 more points off turnovers and 20 more second chance points. Iowa rebounded Nebraska by 2, but 21 of their 39 rebounds were on the offensive glass, which led to 31 points. Really a remarkable effort by the Hawkeye rebounders. So they did a lot of things well, but couldn't find the basket in the final 6 minutes, 12 seconds. No field goals in the final 6 minutes plus for the Hawkeyes, and due in large part to Nebraska's defense. But the Hawks, normally at crunch time, they're on fire. Not today. There were 7 ties, 8 lead changes, and the Hawkeyes fall to Nebraska 81-77. Nebraska's biggest lead was 9 points in the first half. The Hawks led by 7 at the 12-minute mark of the second half, but then went cold the final half dozen minutes and lose it 81-77. That's our Hy-Vee stat recap, sponsored by Hy-Vee. Score big savings and shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. Thank you, United Healthcare, for teaming up with the Hawks this season in support and celebration of small businesses all across the state. United Healthcare is a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics and small businesses. This is Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield.
Hawkeye fans, offering expertly crafted and incredibly comfortable Hawkeye gear, Authentic Brand Apparel has me looking my best on game day and every day. Shop the premium selection of outerwear, hoodies, hats, and more at authentic-brand.com. Save 15% instantly with coupon code Hawkeye Radio. That's all one word, Hawkeye Radio at authentic-brand.com.
Turn it up. It's time to go next generation with Extreme, powered by Mediacom. Get your gig on in every room, place, and space with Wi-Fi 360 Pro. And go full-on digital home with smart internet tech that lets you control and automate your home, lights, locks, cameras, and more from virtually anywhere. It's time to turn it up to the extreme. Call 844-4FASTER today to learn more about Extreme smart internet packages.
What they want is the silver lining, and they want a promise kept. When something really bad happens, that's when, you absolutely present a West Bend versus maybe another carrier.
An independent insurance agent describes the silver lining.
What I'd want you to know about West Bend is that you have a partner, and you have a partner that cares, that's built on strong values, and in the event that something does happen, you have a promise that will be kept.
West Bend, the worst brings out our best. Visit thesilverlining.com to find out more.
The most popular vape brand in Colorado, Batch, is now available in Iowa at Bud & Mary dispensaries. Medicine shouldn't have to taste bad. Batch vapes are known for being the smoothest, best-tasting carts. In order to bring them to Iowa, we drew on our experience, dialed up the THC, and let the terpenes do the rest. Nothing but nature. Nice. Visit budmary.com to get your medical card and explore what bats can do for you.
Back in Iowa City, welcome back to the U.S. Cellular Postgame Show. Hawkeye women's basketball are going for the Big Ten Championship and the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. In Minneapolis, here in about 45 minutes, we'll be leaving airway here shortly to join Robbie and Jamie Cavey on the Hawkeye Radio Network, our Learfield Hawkeye Radio Network. So stay tuned as the big afternoon of basketball continues. A sour ending to the Hawkeyes' regular season here. Nebraska wins at 81-77 on the strength of 14 three-point goals. And here's Nebraska coach Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah, I thought our spacing was good, and obviously we got off to a hot start. That helped. Jamarcus really continues to get better every time he steps on the floor. I think more comfortable and more confident, and you see the type of player that he has the potential to be, with all the great minutes that he's given us right now as a true freshman. And, Sam hit a couple nice ones for us there in the second half. Griesel came out aggressive. Good to see him knock down a couple from the perimeter. Derek finally got going a little bit there late in the game, almost had a triple-double. And just, when ball is in Derek's hands, good things happen. We cut well, and then CJ, I thought, made some unbelievable plays for us down the stretch. A couple of great takes to the basket and a huge three for us late.
I know there's more basketball to be played, but what's it mean to have a winning regular season and the way this has finished out for you?
Yeah, it certainly wasn't looking like that 6 weeks ago when we had the two starters go down. But, we found a way to keep fighting, keep clawing and scratching. And, this team has really been, I guess, built on, a competitive spirit that every time we step on the floor, whatever is happening, they continue to go out there and battle. And, I just look back at a couple of those, the Purdue game that was a tough finish for us, lost that one in overtime. And, this last one against Michigan State where we had a 15-point lead of, what could have been, even with the adversity and the injuries that we had. But, they're continuing to go out. This Iowa team's coming off, I think, as good a performance as there was in the conference this year with that 22-point win in Bloomington after one of the craziest finishes I've ever seen against Michigan State. So they were, they're playing great basketball. So, for our guys to come in here and compete the way they did, I think shows everything or tells you everything you need to know just about their character, their grit, and how they've continued to fight through some pretty tough times.
In a game that was so physical and obviously the emotion here with senior day, how do you think the guys handled just the mental aspect of this, of playing in this environment and playing through the way the game was allowed to be played?
Yeah, it's always tough playing in in an opposing building on senior night, especially you look at what Connor McCaffrey has done for this team, for this program. There's so much talent in that room, but the heart and soul of that team, in my opinion, is Connor McCaffrey. And what he has done. Just making plays all over the place. I think he leads the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio. They put the ball in his hands. He plays off the ball. Some games he doesn't shoot. Some games he takes 10 shots. The way he's shooting the ball this year, I think he's just what he has meant to this team. And, so there's a lot of emotions when you have a guy that's meant that much to the program, finishing out his last college game in this building. And then Rebracha's had an unbelievable year as well. And, so to come out here, and again, Patrick was absolutely unstoppable for us. A lot of those on second chance points. But, just found a way, and, you got to keep battling whatever is going on. I thought our guys dropped their heads a little bit in that first half, but after that, I thought they battled through everything.
Thoughts of Fred Hoiberg, the Nebraska coach, whose Huskers knock off the Hawks 81-77 here this afternoon at Carver. You heard his comments about not only Connor McCaffrey and Philip Rebracha and the great careers they've enjoyed here, but also about Patrick McCaffrey, who lit it up today, and what a great sign that is heading to Chicago next week at the Big Ten Tournament. Patrick joins us now as our Old Dominion best in the game, courtesy of Old Dominion Freight Line. Trooper, I know it's a tough loss, but 7 of 14 from the field, 6 threes, 3 of 4 from the foul line, 4 rebounds to go with a game-leading 23 points. Welcome back, as they say.
Yeah, I wish it would have ended in a win, obviously, as everybody else in our locker room. But, we still got a lot to play for. Still gonna still go to Chicago next week, ready to go, and still playing the NCAA tournament. It was good to see some shots go in. But, we're just going to watch the film and get back to it here.
I don't know that I've ever said Iowa did not score a field goal in the final 6 minutes of a game. 6-12 to be exact. I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but was it Nebraska's defense, or was it just the basketball gods raining down on you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of both. I would have, they're good defensively. They're a really good team.
They are.
They got really good players. They're a really good team. We just missed some shots we normally make. It's basketball for you. Teams go through stuffs or stretches where they don't make shots. I'm sure their defense had something to do with it, but we didn't. I don't think we took a ton of bad ones in that stretch, maybe a couple, 2 or 3, but overall, it's just we just got to be better.
The defense certainly was moving around out there for the Hawks. It was active, and yet they found a way to score 14 three-point goals. It's tough to win when a team makes 14.
Yeah, some could say impossible to win if they make 14. That's something that we got to go back and look at, and check and see like where those came from, all that kind of stuff, and get to the bottom of that, because now it's win or go home wherever we're at. So we can't let that happen. They're really good shooters. They made shots. It's just kind of the way it is.
The Hawks did a lot of good things. 21 offensive rebounds, which led to 20 more points off second chance than Nebraska, 11 more in points off turnovers. I mean, you got a lot of things to build on today, despite the bad taste in your mouth. You got to get back at it tomorrow. Yeah,
it wasn't all bad. We did a lot of good things. I'm really proud of our seniors, and proud of what we were able to accomplish this season, and we're not done. So there's nothing to hang our heads about. Obviously, it's a frustrating loss. Like I said, that's a really good team, and we're going to bounce back.
All right, how about Brother Connor and Philip, what they have meant to this program? I don't know if you've had a chance to look at Connor's line. 8 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 turnover.
Wow.
And a partridge in a pear tree. Ho hum. And now that's probably a typical performance for him, but that's been his value throughout his career to the team, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a really good player since the day he stepped on campus, and I think the stats are obviously great, but I think his leadership and his ability to galvanize our locker room and get us all on the same page and play really hard is, I think, his best attribute. And then obviously what he gives us on the court is also unbelievable. He's an incredibly cerebral player. Obviously, I think it took people a while to realize that, but I think they do now. And he's super smart, and he's super competitive, and he can defend, and he does all that good stuff. So he's somebody you love to have on your team. And I'm sad we only have a couple more games together. And then somebody like Phil, who last year kind of was trying to figure everything out. Got guys, they were shooting more shots like Keegan, J-Bo, all that kind of stuff. So then him coming out this year, he's been really good for us. He's been unbelievable. He's since the off season, he really took it upon himself to get better, and he has. And and we knew we had that in him, and we knew, and it was only a matter of time before the fans were able to see it, and they have, and he'll be an all-league player.
Thanks for coming out under tough circumstances, guys.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep,
See you in Chicago.
Yep.
Patrick McCaffrey, our Old Dominion best in the game. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. And Patrick McCaffrey was the obvious choice today. 7 of 14 from the field, 23 total points, made 6 threes, 4 rebounds, and a couple steals in 25 minutes. That might be the most encouraging thing to me coming out of this game today, is that weapon, which has been so solid across his career, save for the anxiety issues earlier this year, appears to be back. So we'll look for a big performance out of Patrick at the United Center. He's also our heating up the nets. Lennox Dealers of Iowa, hot Hawkeye for his 7 for 14 shooting on the day, 6 of 10 from 3. That is Patrick McCaffrey. Our Lennox dealers all across Iowa, great supporters of Hawkeye basketball and football all season long, great supporters of the Hawks in general. So if you need work on your heating plant or your air conditioning unit, because spring and summer will be here before you know it, please give our friends at Paul's Plumbing and Heating a call in Keokuk and the Carthage, Missouri area. There's B&G HVAC in Marshalltown. In Mason City, stop in and schedule an appointment with Mechanical Air Systems Company. Up in New Hampton, it's Vicks Heating, Plumbing, and Vent. There's A1 United Heating and Air Conditioning in Omaha. And in Sioux City, your Lennox dealer is C.W. Suter & Son Incorporated. More postgame coming up in just a minute. Iowa loses to Nebraska here at Carver on Senior Day, 81-77. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Basketball on 1040 WHO is presented by Bud & Mary's. Formerly Med Farm, Bud & Mary's is the same locally grown, family-owned and operated company, providing the largest selection of cannabis and full THC products in Iowa.
Draft Day Sports Lounge is the ultimate place to watch the game, have some fun, and show off your golfing skills with Top Golf Swing Suite. Top Golf Swing Suite in Draft Day delivers a one-of-a-kind simulation that's fun for golfers and non-golfers alike. Pair that with Draft Day's live sports viewing, local craft beers, and delicious menu, and you have a winning pair. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge and Top Golf Swing Suite, just minutes south of Iowa City.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. Thank you for your service to our country. We're a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season. Please join us in thanking all who have served our country. Their dedication allows us to enjoy the freedom and liberty we have today. At American Equity, our mission is to deliver financial dignity to our customers when they retire. To learn more about our company, please visit our website at american-equity.com.
Iowa Hawkeye basketball on 1040 WHO is brought to you by Case IH, West Bend Mutual, Better Business Bureau, Lennox Heating and Cooling, American Equity, Burger Shed, Tournament Club of Iowa, Machine Shed, Dupaco Community Credit Union. Show your support to our local Iowa radio business partners and support those who support the Hawkeyes.
How do you use your energy? Cheering on your team under the lights? Making a special meal for the MVPs in your life? At Alliant Energy, we know it's about more than just energy. It's about what that energy powers us all to do together. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Patrick McCaffrey, our Old Dominion best in the game today. His dad, Coach Fran McCaffrey, is sitting alongside Bobby Hansen as we go back inside the Hawkeye locker room. Fran McCaffrey's postgame visit off Iowa's 81-77 defeat at the hands of Nebraska is sponsored by your Iowa John Deere dealers, including Bodensteiner Implement and Waukon.
Well, Coach, tough day here on Senior Day when you honor a couple of great seniors, and just Nebraska shot lights out right from the beginning and just couldn't get over the hump. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, they shot it really well. You got to give them credit for that. I mean, our defense was focused on, Walker, Griesel, and Tominaga. Did a pretty good job on those guys. The other guys stepped up. You got to give them credit. They moved it. You got 9 points from Hoiberg, 9 points from Bradenbach. Lawrence hits 5 threes. Those guys have been playing well, so it's not just a three-man show, but everything runs through those guys and they take a lot of attention.
And, Coach, coming down the stretch, you hit some free throws, but final 6 minutes, they told us, without a field goal. What were they doing to stop you there?
Nothing. We were open. We had great shot opportunities. We got to the free throw line a few times. We had the block charge call. I thought Chris was fouled on that last shot. We were down 4. Even if he makes 3, we're still down 1. But, I thought we were attacking.
There's some things you did really well here. Offensive glass was your work there with the 21 offensive rebounds led to 31 points, and then your bench came in. In particular, Patrick, with a career-high 5 three-point field goals made.
Actually, it was 6. He had, 23. I thought he was great. I thought he was active, hit the glass. It's great to see him playing with that kind of confidence. And those 2 guys in particular came in and really, really helped us. Patrick and Peyton. Josh was his usual solid self. And I thought, Chris really battled. 3-ball wasn't dropping, but he really worked hard to get 22.
Coach, how disappointed is the locker room right now? And, they wanted to come out here and go out in style for Connor and Phillip. Just take us inside the locker room for a second.
Yeah, everybody wants Senior Day to go perfectly. You don't want to lose. You're disappointed in a loss. We didn't play good defense. Our offense was pretty good most of the game. Win or lose, we got to get ready to go to Chicago and play well. So we just got to stay positive with them. Really good season considering the schedule that we put together. Really proud of the guys.
Okay, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Bobby.
Fran McCaffrey with our Bobby Hansen, sponsored by your Iowa John Deere dealers. Bodensteiner Implement Company, based in Hawkeye. Bodensteiner Implement is your trusted John Deere dealer. 10 locations all across Northeast Iowa to better serve you. Thanks to Coach McCaffrey and Bobby in the Hawkeye locker room. Nebraska prevails 81-77 on the strength of 58% shooting. More postgame coming up. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
How do you use your energy? Cheering on your team under the lights? Making a special meal for the MVPs in your life? At Alliant Energy, we know it's about more than just energy. It's about what that energy powers us all to do together. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
If you thought starting a business took courage, imagine starting over after a fire, damaging storms, or a cyber attack. When disaster strikes, business owners count on EMC for fast, experienced claim service. Our countrywide network of local offices ensures we're always ready to answer the call, investigate every claim, explain what's covered, and process payments as quickly as possible. Count on getting back to business when you count on EMC.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. It's within walking distance to Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as some great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of the Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffrey radio show. Come find your place at Hyatt Regency, where we care for people so they can be their best.
Oh, you know that old injury of yours, the one in your knee or maybe back? Instead of going to the doctor and then doing physical therapy, why not start with therapy first? Athletico Physical Therapy is changing the whole healing process around. Their physical therapists will find the source of your pain and help fix it. Start with them and start living pain-free. Just like that.
It all starts with Athletico Physical Therapy. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com. No prescription needed. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Join Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen for Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffrey each week at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Coralville. Hawk Talk is 90 minutes of discussion about Iowa basketball. Check out HawkeyeSports.com for more information.
81-77, the final. Nebraska knocks off the Hawks in Carver on Senior Day, and Nebraska served early notice that they were going to be a tough out. They hit 4 of their first 5 shots from 3, 6 of their first 7 shots, and the Hawks were doing all they could to keep up. Chris Murray was right there to swing the bat. As Bobby predicted, inside around Rebraca. Murray, a step-back 3. Good. Knocked it down just like the start of the game at Indiana the other night. Tie game at 3. Huskers came back, another 3, put them up 6-3, and then the Hawks found Rebraca loose inside. Now here's a pass behind Ulis, but he does a great job of saving it. Gets it to Rebraca, up and in. Phillip playing catch with himself. A hot Nebraska team would keep the lead over the Hawkeyes. They got it out to 18-10. About 8 minutes deep in the game. Again, hot shooting, but Patrick McCaffrey hopped off the bench, and this is where the tide turned in favor of the Hawkeyes. Saved from going out of bounds by Rebraca, but only 3 on the shot clock. And the Hawks are going to get it off just in time, and Patrick McCaffrey splashes it down. One of 6 3-point goals for Patrick McCaffrey on the day. He was part of the bench that outscored Nebraska 31-18. The other component there, Peyton Sanford. Shot from 3, passed it up. Now to Murray. Peyton Sanford from spot on. Good. Back-to-back 3s, and the Hawkeyes are within 3. And the Hawks had been down 9. Now they're back to within 3. A moment later, Patrick McCaffrey would hit another 3 after a Hawkeye stop. The game was tied at 18. And then the 12-0 run was complete on a Murray putback that gave Iowa its lead 21-18. Sanford with a rebound. Misses the putback. Tipped from Rebraca to Murray. Up and in. And a foul. And the Hawkeyes on an 11-0 blitz have grabbed the lead. The and one was good. Chris Murray's 3-point play, part of his 22.7 rebound effort on the day. And Iowa finally had its first lead midway through the first half, 21-18. Wind down to the end of the period. It's 36-all with 2 minutes to go in the first half. And Patrick McCaffrey, money again. Patrick's open again. Let's fly. Good! And a foul called on Jamarcus Lawrence. Patrick McCaffrey having a first half. Boy, did he ever. He made the free throw. So the rare 4-point play off the 3-point goal and the free throw toss put the Hawks up 40-36. They led by 4 at half, 43-39. But you knew at that point Nebraska was not going to go away. They really have enough offensive weapons, and missing Juwan Gary and Vandemel, two of their better players for the year with injuries that occurred early on in the season. You got to give Fred Hoiberg and his staff credit. They really have their guys ready to play today. 43-39 Iowa. We go to the second half. The Hawks go up by 5 on this Tony Perkins rebound and coast-to-coast drive. Cleared by Perkins. Tony, 3-on-2 the other way. Perkins all the way to the basket. Perkins off the glass and good. 47-42. Nebraska came right down, though, and hit a 3 before Chris Murray got a putback with 16 minutes to go. Connor for 3. No. Murray with a rebound. Back up and in. Hawks attacking that offensive glass. Boy. But Nebraska would never let the Hawkeyes get away any further than 5 or 6 points. It was 51-48 Iowa with 14 minutes to play when Patrick McCaffrey answered the bell once again. Here's Rebraca muscling in for a shot. No good. Putback is good. Tip dunk by Patrick McCaffrey. He's got 18. Iowa back in front. 53-51, 14-40 to play in the game. 7 ties and 8 lead changes throughout the afternoon. Hawks got to their biggest lead with 12 minutes to go on a Chris Murray 3-point play. The assist, another one of many sparkling assists by Connor McCaffrey. He only had 9 assists on the day. Where he was going to go and jumped in the lane. Murray's open for 3 at the other end. Timeout, Nebraska. Fred Hoiberg is really unhappy at his team. Yeah. That came off a Nebraska turnover. Iowa had 21 points off Husker turnovers, but the Hawks went in the deep freeze. Credit some of that to Nebraska's defense, but as you heard Fran McCaffrey say, they had open looks. Iowa would not score a field goal in the final 6 minutes and 12 seconds. They got to the free throw line and fortunately made a bunch of those, but free throws in exchange for 3-point goals, that's not a good mixture, and the Huskers roar back and win it 81-77. That's the final. Back with more in just a minute on the U.S. Cellular postgame show. This is Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford Tough Trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
At U.S. Cellular, we think phones are great, but they're not always great for us. Because while they connect us to so much, they can also distract us from, well, us. The us that actually laughs out loud with each other instead of just texting it. That knows being in the same room doesn't always mean being together. So let's find us again by putting our phones down. Not forever, just for 5. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Join U.S. Cellular in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus.
Let's give you a U.S. Bank scoreboard update before we yield to Robbie Brooks and Jamie K.B. Lang up in Minneapolis for the Hawkeye Women's Championship game of the Big Ten Tournament. with Ohio State. That starts at 4. Pregame coverage coming up at 3:45. Let's start with wrestling. The Hawks are in Ann Arbor for the Big Ten Championship. Spencer Lee has a 4-1 lead in the first period, trying to complete another undefeated season and become Iowa's first ever 4-time NCAA champion. Real Woods is also in the finals at 141. Other finals in the Big Ten today: Purdue beat Illinois 76-71. Penn State, on a Jalen Pickett basket at the buzzer, knocked off Maryland 65-64. Just starting: Michigan at Indiana, Northwestern at Rutgers, tonight Wisconsin at Minnesota. So here's all you need to know. If Rutgers beats Northwestern, I'm told the Hawkeyes are in with a double bye, and they would play around 1:30 Friday afternoon if Rutgers defeats Northwestern at 6:30 tonight. There are some other combinations, but if Rutgers would lose to Northwestern, then the Hawks would play on Thursday. So stay tuned to your Hawkeye Radio Network affiliate. The Hawkeyes sweep the South Alabama Invitational in baseball, beating Pepperdine at 10-1 today, and number 1 ranked Houston over Memphis. Back to college basketball. Houston survives 67-65. Man, is this going to be some kind of conference and NCAA tournament straight ahead. We'll talk this coming week from Chicago in the United Center. For Bobby Hansen and our engineer-producer Corey Sheets, thanks so much for listening. Sorry we didn't have better news. Nebraska takes it from Iowa 81-77. Good afternoon from Iowa City. This has been Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield.
You've been listening to the U.S. Cellular postgame show, brought to you by U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Hawkeye Basketball has been brought to you by Alliant Energy. Visit AlliantEnergy.com to see how they're using their energy to power beyond. U.S. Bank, proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. And by Case IH. Make every shot count with Case IH. Visit caseih.com/Hawkeyes. United Healthcare, proud sponsors of Small Business Spotlight. Sign up your small business at HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Also brought to you by Shields, right there with you. And by Authentic Brand, unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.